All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk, and today we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. Welcome to all of you. Let's see. Oh, Silver Dragon. FLE has the answer to your question in the chat if you're still interested. Yox says, Muk, there's a few things I want to do, but I've been procrastinating. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. I don't know how responsive I'll be. Tomorrow is October 1st, and I am required by streamer law to play spooky games tomorrow. I'm not looking for. Can we just skip October? I don't want to play the spooky games. I'm dreading it.
Swoo.
I'm dreading it. I'm not looking forward to it. Beat says, I was a little perturbed last night. Yours 2 crashes. I was finishing up gloves. Perturbed? Okay. I'm guessing like annoyed or something. Myself says, hi, Muk. Please, is the portable Wizards Tower Exchange Gobbler worth it? If you already have a bunch of Gobblers, the portable Wizards one just condenses them all into one item, making it take up less space in your inventory. If you do not currently have a bunch of Gobblers, then it's absolutely not worth it. If you do have a bunch of Gobblers, then it is a way to save some inventory space. So that's it. Do you do Wing 6 and 7? I haven't in years. Would be able to get me through it. Best I could do is, send you the guides that I have made on Wing 6 and Wing 7. So that you could join groups and knock those out, but no, not me personally, no. I'm new, I watched your guides, and yesterday nearly finished Wing 6. Nice! Kadeem missing, and I'm really needing it for coalescence too. No, that's awesome, you're almost there. You've done Wing 6 more recently than I have. Muk, is Silksong finished? I put Silksong down, yeah. I got to the point where it rolled credits in Silksong. Now, there is a bonus act after that, but I stopped after the credits rolled. For me, Silksong was equal parts fun and frustration. So, once I got to the credits rolling, I'm like, alright, cool. I did it, get good. I did get good. I beat the boss of the story. I rolled credits. So, once I rolled credits, I was like, alright, I'm good. And I put it down. I did the bonus act, it was pain. Yeah, I know, Zonix, you were in my DMs crying yesterday because it took you over 8 hours to beat the last encounter. I remember your tears. Don't come at me with your Kappa face like you're so much better. You were sobbing yesterday. FLE says Silksong not finished, but Silksong finished my... No, we rolled credits. I will tell you guys, though, Hades 2. Hades 2, holy crap. It is so good. We rolled credits on Hades 2 last night, but just like Hades 1, there's a bunch of content after the credits, and I am going for it. I am finishing Hades 2. It is so freaking good. Like, what was it, Thursday or Friday of last week? I was supposed to do a 4-hour stream, and it ended up being 14 because I couldn't stop. Hades 2 is a level of addictive fun that I have not experienced in many games these last few months. That was so good. I remember your tears, that's a quote. It happened. It happened. Muk, I'm gonna need you to pause on the spooky games till tomorrow morning. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Yeah, okay. Where are you, Muk? Is this a lounge or what? Yeah, this is a lounge. This is Mistlock Sanctuary. It's, floating in the mists above Tyria. So if I look at the map and then I go down, it's above that. Just wait for Megabonk. Megabonk seems very popular. Seems like a lot of people are into that one. Homestead. Sale on new expansion? Sale on all okay, if you mean the new one that's not even out yet, no, it's not on sale. That would be stupid business for them. No, but they have a sale on all expansions, not including the one that has not come out yet. So if we come here... let's see. Yeah, Visions of Eternity, 25. Janther Wilds, 20% off. Soto, 30% off. End of Dragons, 40% off. Path of Fire and Heart of Thorns combined, 60% off. How did you go down a map layer with keyboard? Shift mouse wheel up or mouse wheel down. What about Living World? So I cannot see Living World episodes on the store because I already have them. Are any of you able to tell me if Living World stuff's on sale? I don't know of one. No one's told me. I just know of the expansions other than VOE being on sale. I don't get why there's no discount on Ultimate Edition. Ultimate Edition is the same as Deluxe, but it has $50 worth of gems included for 50% off. So basically, you get $50 worth of gems for $25. So Ultimate is already 50% off of the bonus contents. So I don't usually apply additional sales to that. Can these nodes be moved? No. They are where they are, and that's it. You can move, you can build and, move structures and stuff in here, but you can't move the nodes. I will DM you also when I'll fill scroll with enemies info. 42 left. Okay. Wish we could buy Deluxe and Ultimate on Steam, but we can't. Yeah, I think you can get the digital Deluxe on Steam through the in-game store. But I've just been told that by other people, so. Doppel says, hey, chat, I have a question. I'm a new player. I started doing Heart of Thorns story. My question is, I'm using Blishud pathing, but I couldn't find a setting to close hero point trails, and I've already got, sorry, it's a long question. First off, I do not recommend using the pathing module for your first playthrough of the game, because I often feel like that makes it so that people aren't really looking at the world around them. They're just looking down at the dotted line on the ground. However, Zonic, stop hitting the filter. However, you're trying to close hero point trails. So, I mean, typically up here, you've got a checkbox for each one of the trails, and you just uncheck the ones you don't want to load on this drop-down menu. Now, your menu may look different than mine because you'll be in a different zone than me, and also you might have a different pack of pathing module, paths loaded than what I have. But it should just be a matter of unchecking the ones that you don't want up there at the top. If that still doesn't help you, then the next step would be to go to the Blishud Discord and go, you can ask the developers of the modules. Pinned message is cut on mobile. It just says today's the last day for Mukluk. Oh no. Yeah. Tomorrow I die from horror games. He ended up doing a 14-hour stream. Wait. Hey, Muk, I really enjoyed Hades 1. How's the sequel compare? Okay, for me, in terms of writing and gameplay, it is one of the most fun games I've played this year. Thursday or Friday, I was doing a 4-hour stream of it, and it ended up being a 14-hour stream because I couldn't stop. We rolled credits last night and have started on the bonus content, and I am not done with it yet. So it was really, really good, or is really, really good. Yeah, the ending to the story last night, oh, it was riveting. It was so good. And there was like a musical thing with the credits and stuff like that. It was so good. Stark contrast to Silksong. Stark contrast to my experience with Silksong. There's tons of people that love Silksong. I liked it. It was fun, but it was also extremely frustrating. Hades 2 was just fun. Without the frustration. Today's the day Mike quits Guild Wars 2 forever, like every Tuesday. Yeah. Until VOE comes out, then we'll play Guild Wars 2 for probably a couple weeks before I quit it forever again. Probably even better then. I don't know. Like, I loved Hades 1. Like, hang on a second. Alright, Hades 1, I played 126 hours to get to the true ending. Hades 2, just got the roll credits at 59 hours. So, gonna keep playing. and keep going, I will say that it's at least equal in enjoyment. I don't know that it's better, but it's certainly not worse either. It's more of the same formula, which is a good formula. That's what I meant on Soak Song. You were like, credits rolling GG and Hades is bonus content. Yes, please. Yeah. Yep. I mean, they kind of set it up well for that, because it's like, with Hades 2, there are some quests you get at the beginning of the game, and they're still not resolved when it rolls credits, because they're like, they lead into the bonus stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't possible to do these for this long. It's really fun to watch you play 80s. Like, I don't even care about the game itself, but it's nice watching you and you're really hyped. Well, thank you. Yeah, Soak Song, I finished recording the review for that, and I put it in the Noxxi box. Overall, I said good and bad things about it. Like, if you like that kind of content, like if you are an experienced Metroidvania player, or if you are a very patient gamer and you don't mind, you know, the pain, it is a hell of a lot of content for 20 bucks, right? Like, it is huge value. However, if you're someone that gets frustrated by, and then I had a list of things like long runbacks after boss fights and, you know, having to stop fighting bosses to go farm more ammunition, things like that, then, you know, you've been warned, is basically how I went about doing it. What item do you have that you're harvesting and gathering so quickly? The quickness boon. If you have the quickness boon, anything that has like a cast bar is faster. That includes harvesting. So I basically just keep using an ability that gives me quickness while I'm doing it. Morning, Mug. Hi, Master Lee. There are other little things that I'm doing to speed up gathering speed, like the molten sickle or the fused sickle, whatever it's called. That skin on a harvesting tool harvests faster. But most of it's the quickness boon. Shugo, what is that massive link? Oh, today's the last day of Mukluk. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the plushies. It's supposed to be the plushies. For those who haven't seen it, the little dude who has a picture in the bottom left corner, right here, that is available on the shop today, and then it's gone. So if you're interested in one, today is the last day to order one. It does have worldwide shipping. Skin that makes you harvest faster, pay to win confirmed. Well, you could buy it with in-game gold. In Soak Song, there was a thing called a rosary cannon where you shot money at enemies. It was pay to win. You were firing in-game money at your enemies. Muck, what's the fastest way to get hero points for my alts? If you have any World v World currency, you could just pay World v World currency to unlock all the hero points on the map in World v World. Or from the World v World merchant. If you don't have any World v World currency, then you could just join a hero point train, which is just a big group of people on new alts that are all going from hero point to hero point to unlock them all. Atmuck, do you think conjured door skins are a good or bad thing? Are they basically just a paid skin for something that is a TP scroll? Would like to know your opinion. I don't really think it's good or bad. I think it's a thing. So, the conjured doorways, right? You typically just interact with it and you're through it before it even finishes loading in, right? That's my logic. So, for me, I would probably not be interested in skins. But for if someone else, knowing how briefly they're visible, says, you know what, I want to get that, and it's their money, that's fine. I mean, to me, the Conjure Doorway skin, it's a hell of a lot more honest than something like, you know, loot boxes or something. So, yeah, it's brief. It's kind of like people that bought Jadebot skins, right? And I mean before they made a Jadebot miniature. Jadebot skins were seen so briefly. It seemed like a silly purchase to me, but it made some people happy, so, you know, whatever. So, yeah, it's not for me. Like, I would say, for me to get one, like, the door would have to spawn, and then, like, friggin' Alfred, like, Batman's butler would appear, and then he'd be like, right this way, and he opens the door. Like, that would be the one I would buy. But other than that, I can't imagine buying a door skin. Does the mug seem sparkly? It's my green screen. My green screen is acting up when I'm in a really bright area, and then it's shining from my monitor onto me, like right now. So I can go into... Oh, I hit a wrong button. It's October. All right, hang on. Let's see, if I go too far the other way, this happens. Try that for now. But again, though, it changes based on where we go. Have your butler waiting there with a Coke for you? Yeah. Let's see. Muck, what about JB Mini? That the most unique mini skin is it depends on what JB skin you have. The Jadebot Mini was added later. That's why I specifically said before the Jadebot Mini, people that bought the Jadebot skins I thought was kind of silly because you saw them so briefly. But now they apply to the Mini as well, so you know it makes a little more sense now. Alright, that's it for the Partals. Didn't that come out before the skins? I couldn't swear by it. I'm pretty sure the Jadebots came out, the functional ones. And then, like, the skins came out, and they either didn't apply to the Mini, or the Mini was added later, one of the two. But it has been a while, I could be mistaken. Is Muck doing a mukbang? No, I had breakfast before I started the stream. I had Pop-Tarts and a glass of milk. About time for a bag clean. It is. I'm almost halfway full. Almost. So, let's see. Is there anything else that's more interesting to do right now? Let's see if anyone's doing chalk. Like talking about Jadebot reminds me of that amazing work of art by Erolozen. Oh my gosh. The analysis picture. Let me see if I can find it. Gosh, that is a throwback. Alright, so there was one day, chat, guy did a thumbnail for me. And it was Jadebots revealed, reaction and analysis. But this little timestamp in the corner, if you were on certain size monitors, would be covering part of the bottom right. So it said Jadebots revealed, reaction, and anal. And so we posted this video, and I got so many comments. I got so many messages about it. I was like, oh my god. And I learned a very important lesson that day as a content creator, which is do not put any words in the bottom right-hand corner. Because it could be real bad. Let's see. Yeah, that kind of thing has happened a couple times. What's going on here? There we go. Poor Errol receives so many peach-related products. He is rich in peaches. Did this one already finish? Yeah, I think this one already finished. How did you click the event list to teleport there? It's an option in the event table add-on. Or overlay in Plushie. Anyway, I was trying to see... Oh, wait, that's fine. There was another one, and I'm trying to find it. Hey, Lemon King, what's up? I've been looking, I couldn't find it, I'll check again. Alright, aging, it's like this. You click Blish HUD, you click Manage Modules, you go to Event Table, you go to Settings, you click on Event Areas, and you click on Behaviors, and left-click Action, navigate to Waypoint, and accept Waypoint Prompt Check. That's it. Thanks a lot. Sure. Trying to find... Morning, Mug. Good morning, Sethra. Hello, how you doing? I'm not gonna be able to find it in a timely manner. Dang. Yeah, there was a couple of thumbnails I shared once with someone, and I was trying to find where I did in the conversation where something got cropped off, because like in Patreon, for example, there's a it puts like a play button in the middle of the thumbnail, and there was one time I had a thumbnail and it had a bunch of words on it, and one of the words was like fighting or something, and that play button was right over the middle of the word fighting, so it just looked like effing. And then, you know, of course, YouTube sometimes has the timestamp on the bottom right. So it's like, depending on where I'm uploading videos, I gotta make sure, like, I don't have important words in certain sections of the thumbnail. I just ran into Choco at Mistlock. He gets around. Twitch finally added rewind to the live player. I believe that's just for people that are subscribed, which is a step in the right direction, but not as good, in terms of the player, not as good as YouTube's yet. Mike, did you reach the goal for the plush? Yep, it's going to happen. The goal with the plushie was to get at least 200 orders to cover the cost of the project, and then, you know, at that point it's funded and everyone gets one. Right now we're at 274. So if you order one, you're getting one. But it's only available for 22 more hours. So if you're interested, this is the last day to order one. But yes, the whole thing was successful. So that's our second successful plushie run. The Asura one was more popular, but I'm still very happy with it. Yeah, if any of you are interested, it is the last day to get one, and it does have worldwide shipping. James says, I've been having a lot of fun with this game recently. Which X-Pack would you recommend I buy or play first? I would recommend doing them in order.
Oops. Hail Chip.
So, for example, if I go to the story journal, like, your main story and Living World Season 1 are... You already have those. Living World Season 2 would be next, and then Heart of Thorns after that. So, if you're doing it for the story, I would do them in order. If you, for some reason, hate the story and you just want features, then I would say get the Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire combo that is 60% off right now. Because that's 2 expansions for just a couple of bucks. Where is Chip? I think he's asleep on the sofa right now. I'm a new player, any tips? Tons of them. Here is a guide for new players, if you are interested in that I have made for folks like yourself. Chip Plushie? Not currently a Chip Plushie. Chip himself is asleep on the sofa at the moment. I did get a good picture of him yesterday. Hang on. That's him in a sunbeam. It's kind of hard to make out. He was baking yesterday. Is the link you just shared also good for the new expansion? Yes, the link I shared is my referral link to the standalone client store. So if you're not on Steam or Epic, you can use that link to pick up the expansions and support this channel if you wish to. Solar Recharge, he's an eco cat. Yeah. There was also, yeah, we got a couple of boxes that are set out because, you know, he's a cat. He likes boxes. So this is him just sitting in one and just judging me. Took that one yesterday, too. Muk, the codes for the standard edition of Soto on Nuvem. Can you tell ArenaNet to put more codes on this reseller? Because it's the best for us Brazilians to get. Is that an... Let's see, hold on. Guild Wars 2 official retailers. Is that an official one? Brazil. The only official retailer for Brazil is called Hype Games? Is Nuvem legal codes? It's on the sales post. I use Nuvem here in Brazil. Morning Muk, how's Guild Wars 2 new expansion looking? Comes out October 28th. I'm hyped for it. I'm ready. I'm ready. There's both Nuvem and Hype Games. I bought from both. Works fine. Okay. Is there a Christmas sale? There's a current sale. Okay, yeah, I do see it on there. Yeah, third-party retailers for the Americas does say Nuvem. I see it. Seems like every other month they're doing a sale. I thought the next was going to be November. Yeah, they typically do at least like 4-ish a year. But yeah, they've been pretty close together this year. Mark, do you have any idea when the Mad King comes this year? There's been zero news about it. I heard somewhere that it was going to be October 1st, but I don't know if that was a reliable source. TLDR, I'm not sure. Muck, can you hop on Raptor for my nephew? He loves dinosaurs. Hold on. What was my Raptor skin? Currently, I'm using the Earth Elemental Raptor. Don't know if your nephew's gonna be into this or not. How has Hades 2 been? No spoilers. I'm trying to finish the epilogue and romance then before I play it. How is it? It's so good. It's so good. I mean, it's the same formula as the first game, right? If you like the first game, it has got great writing, it has got great music, it has got very, similar gameplay but with a different set of weapons, different gods giving the boons, and different characters with their own stories and stuff like that. Like, again, you said no spoilers. I'm not going to spoiler you, but like in the starting town, like the people that you start with are different, because you're in a different location. So like Odysseus, the dead version of Odysseus is there from the Odyssey. Stuff like that. Like there's other famous characters from lore and fables and stuff like that that are there instead of the characters that Zagreus met. So yeah, it's quite good. And just like with Hades, you finish the main story and roll credits, there's still a lot of stuff undone, and you can keep playing beyond that to try to get the true ending, I guess. And that's where I'm at right now. Let's see. Let's do that. I love the first versions. That's good to hear. Looking forward to new characters from Mythology. Right on. Yeah, we rolled credits last night, and just like with the roll credits of the first game, there was a stellar musical number as well. What do people do to farm for obsidian armor? Do I just do 3x convergences weekly and do rifts to complete the fine rift essence? Any other tips? You kind of hit the nail on the head. Like that's most of it. Obsidian armor is pretty simple. It's just doing some simple things many, many, many times. Yeah, I guess one thing that's kind of different between the two games, Dak, is there's more than one route. Cause like, and again, I'm gonna be as look at me, I'm so curved. I'm gonna be as vague as possible, but this information, is given to you really, really early in the game. You know how in Hades 1, like you go through a route, right? Like you go through Tartarus, and then there's a boss, and then you go through, what was it, like Asphodel, and then there was a boss, and so on and so on. In Hades 2, there's two routes. One of them basically goes down to the underworld, where Kronos is your target. Like from, like, the whole thing is death to Kronos, right? That's the whole thing of the game. And the other route is chasing behind his forces that are attacking Olympus. So you're trying to go up to the overworld. So anytime you start a run, there's two different routes you can choose from, which have, they each have 4 distinctive bosses. So, and sometimes you need to do one over the other. Like, the story might say, oh, you need this thing, and this thing can only be obtained in that location. So it's like, okay, for my next run, I need to go there. So, that was something that the first game didn't have. Since when does the map have the title like that? Spike, that's an overlay called Regions of Tyria. It's just a fun little add-on. There's a link to it in the chat if you want it. Yeah, so I guess instead of there being, 4 major bosses, with Hades being the last one, there's 8 major bosses. And there's 2 last ones. The one that's at the end of the Underworld run and the one that's at the end of the Olympus run. Which build are we in right now? This is Quick Untamed. Alright. There's no date listed for Halloween with VOE coming out. I don't know when it would, but maybe the 16th, but I don't know. That mod looks interesting. We have to try it. Yeah, functionally, it doesn't do anything. It's just a pretty thing. I believe it was based off one of the Final Fantasy games, the creator said. But yeah, it just has that pretty text artwork whenever you load through an area. I just had an idea for funny hate to send Muck. Funny hate, Bluebell. Good lord. I think she meant hat. Good morning, Mug. Good morning, Nazalas. How you doing? That's funny. I just had someone in-game ask me what that module was at the same time that y'all asked me in Twitch. Hello, I'm trying to buy the expansion collection with the discount. Expansions 1, 2, 3, they are not on the page. Do you know why? Wait, what? They're not on the page? What page, Beast Slayer? Like, hold on. So they're doing the sale on, well, I think Steam and Epic and also standalone client. If I use my referral link to open the standalone client shop right now, there's expansion 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I say this is 1 and 2 together. So, not sure what page you're on. Maybe they mean Living World? Maybe. I mean, they can correct me if they do. Living World seasons are usually bought in-game in the gem store. VOE is the only thing I don't have yet. Also, I haven't been to Soto yet. Then you got a lot of gameplay ahead of you. Now, honestly, as far as, like, you know, games and stuff, yeah, I feel like we gamers have been eating good this year. There's been a lot of good stuff. Like, there's been so much good stuff. Like, for example, I really was looking forward to Borderlands 4. However, from what I'm hearing, it's running like crap right now. But there's so many other good games that I could just be like, oh, well, I'll just go play Silksong and Hades 2 until they fix Borderlands 4, and then I'll come back to it, you know? Like, I got lots of time to just go to other things and come back to the other things that I'm interested in. It's good now, 5090 enjoyer. Yeah, I heard if you dedicate like 100 gigs to the RAM thing. Just get a better PC? No, I'll just wait till someone fixes it. There are other games.
Muklukpog, muklukpog, muklukpog.
Hey, Kalendo, thank you. Appreciate you. Spoon said, I never had issues with BL4. I have put 100 hours in it. I feel for those that do, though. I mean, again, it's like, if there are multiple games I want to play, and I keep hearing that one's having problems, I'm just gonna play the other one, and then come back to the one that's having problems later. You know? Maybe I wouldn't have issues, I don't know. Also, it's a really expensive purchase. It's a really expensive purchase as well. So, you know, hold off on that one. I would make the argument Silksong and Hades 2 fit the Halloween theme for October games. There you go, we'll just play Hades 2 all October. I'm sure no one would be disappointed by that at all. Yo, hey Marikath. I've been that guy that wanted a new shiny game and it didn't work because of performance issues. Yeah, I mean, dude, when I was a kid, I was the same. It's just, I don't know. I'm older now, I'm more patient. I am happy to play game B while I wait for them to fix game A. And then they can panic about having less sales in the first week, as game devs often do. Muck, if you make a 2025 tier game list, would Silksong be S? So, I think it's important to separate, like, fact from opinion here. And, shut up, Flute. I think it's important to separate fact from opinion. If I do a tier list, it's going to be, like, based on my opinion, right? It's really important to recognize that. Silksong, for me, was probably A tier. Not, maybe B+, not S. But that's for me. And I recognize for many people, it's their game of the year, right? Like, it just, for me, like, Silksong was harder than Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, First Berserker Kazan, Lies of P, and Black Myth Wukong. Like, those are all Souls-like games I've beaten, but Silksong was more difficult because it had a whole bunch of things that just really wore away at my patience. Like the long runbacks, you know? Having to do 3 boss attempts, run out of throwing knives, and then have to go farm shrapnel to make more throwing knives before I could do more attempts. It's just, there was a bunch of little things that were just freaking annoying. Like, it was like, not clever gameplay, it was just annoying. And so it wore me down. It got to the point that when I got to the credits, I was like, I don't want to do the bonus content. I'm done. I'm gonna go play something else. So it was a good game. It was a lot of gameplay for 20 bucks. Good freaking deal. But yeah, I mean, for me, not my game of the year. I think, gosh, right now, I think Expedition 33 would win game of the year. But Hades 2 is just so much fun. I'm enjoying the hell out of Hades 2. Expedition 33 was stellar. Split Fiction was so good. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was really good. You know, that was still this year. That was early this year. Like, all of those were games that I played this year that I really enjoyed. Game of the year for me is Blueprints. I haven't played Blueprints, so that's not on my list right now. Monk, any class recommendations for returning player with only experience on Necro? You could return to your Necro. It depends what you liked about Necro, or if you just want something completely different. Like, I mean, my favorite classes are Ranger, and then Engineer and Necro. But, you know, if everybody liked the same things I did, no one would play Thief. So, obviously, people like different things. So it depends on what you like about it. Cow, thank you for the membership. Appreciate you. Welcome. Same, Hades 2 blew me away as someone who hates Souls-like games. It felt like it was getting stronger after every night run. Well, I mean, Hades 2 isn't Souls-like at all. Not even a little bit. Hades 2 is a roguelike. The reason I mentioned Souls-like earlier was I was comparing Silksong to Souls-likes in terms of difficulty. And I was saying that I found, like, for me, I'm very patient in most cases. Like, the example I keep pulling up lately is when I was on Brutal V Rising. The final boss is Brutal Dracula. And on max difficulty, it took me over 7 hours to kill him. I just sat there for 7 hours trying until I killed him. And every time I would fail, I would, you know, respawn right outside his room and try again. And I was completely patient and it was fine. But with Silksong, You know, every time you die, you might have to run back for, you know, 1 to 5 minutes to get back to the boss. And then you might have taken damage on the way there, so you start the fight with less health. And then you might also be low on throwing knives and stuff from the... Wow, I'm lagging really bad. You might also be low on throwing knives, so you have to go farm ammo. So it's just like, there's so many little things that are just irritating. And that irritation that I'm describing, I did not experience when I played any of those Souls-likes. That's why I brought those up. Not to say that Silksong is a Souls-like or Hades 2 is a Souls-like, but just to say that I found it to be more frustrating than Souls-likes. There's so much good stuff this year. Expedition 33, Blueprint, Silksong, and now the FFT remake. What is FFT? What is that about? Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't played that one. How do you represent streaming with crochet? How to represent streaming. A couple of things come to mind. The little red light that shows that you're live, Bluebell. The play button. Like, for example, on Mukluk Plays. Hang on. 1 second. Like, the play button, or like the pause, like these buttons up here. Maybe something like that. Do you like RPGs like Witcher or Skyrim? Yeah. I've played every Elder Scrolls game since Morrowind. Witcher, I played Witcher 1, Witcher 2, and Witcher 1 was terrible. I played Witcher 1, 2, and 3. I never got around to playing Blood and Wine. Someday. I'm gonna back up because I'm lagging really bad on EU right now, and if he does the circles again, he'll probably kill me. Alright. Since Morrowind or including Morrowind? Including Morrowind. Morrowind was my first Elder Scrolls game. Funny enough, I remember I was in, like, I don't know, middle or high school, and a friend of mine and me bought Morrowind to play together because we thought it was a multiplayer game. We both ended up loving it, but we literally bought it in the store together, intending to play it together because we thought it looked cool, and we didn't realize it was single player. Did you play Daggerfall? Didn't play Daggerfall. Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and like a week of ESO I played. Muck, a question, do I have to sign in to order Plushie, or can I just order without a sign-in? I don't know. Chad, did any of you order a Plushie that you could answer that question? I don't know the answer to that one. We'll see if anybody has any nuggets of wisdom in the chat. Okay, Trelorn says they ordered as a guest. So if Trelorn is correct, then you would not have to make a sign-in. Got some elements for a silly hat. Any other ideas of what I could put on it? I'm shuddering to think what this hat is going to be. Chip. She did make a crochet chip once. When she sent me that shoulder harness thing to wear the plushie on my shoulder in Seattle, she, hang on, let me turn off the green screen. She sent me a crochet chip at the same time. There was also a crochet Pokeball for Gabe and a crochet Bluebell flower for my wife. Bluebell is actually a 3D printer, confirmed. Yeah, we've got a picture somewhere of real Chip sniffing crochet Chip and investigating. Why is this the last day for the plushie? Can we not buy after today? That is correct, Vog. The company that is making them, they don't have every, like, how can I explain this? Every recipe that they've ever come up with for every creator, they don't have all of those available at any given time. I would imagine it's something like, you know, they dedicate some machinery or an assembly line to making these things. And then, you know, once the people have kind of lost interest in that product, they just take it off the menu for a while. So basically, whenever I get a design made by them, we essentially have between 3 and 4 weeks for people to order, and then the window closes, and then they have an exact count of how many to make, and then they make all of them, and then they ship them out. So that way there's never any, like, leftover stock. So there's pros and cons to doing it that way. One of the cons is you guys have to wait a little bit longer to get them. But one of the pros is they never have, you know, surplus that they're trying to get rid of that they have to worry about, because they always make the exact amount. How many have been ordered? 276. No waste, yeah. And there's 276. And the, so it was, I anticipated it being less popular than the Asura one, because the Asura one, there were people that just liked Guild Wars 2 that weren't necessarily fans of mine that got that one as well. So I was totally expecting it to do less than that one, but I was just hoping it broke 200, because that was the minimum amount to cover the cost of it. So, with, again, this company, the way that they do it is you have to get 200 pre-orders before they will go forward with it. Otherwise, like, if you get, let's say, 150, they just give everyone a full refund. And then they just cancel the whole thing. But we broke 200, so we get to go forward, and it was a success. We get to call it a success, and I'm happy about that. Still waiting for maybe permission from ArenaNet someday to make more plushies of their characters, but I've been waiting on that for over 2 months at this point. Alright. Muk, just letting you know I'm getting this plushie in spirit. Yo, Mandar Sar, that's fine. I kind of want the plush mounts as idealist. I'm sad I missed the Asuran one. The Asuran one was popular enough that... So, okay, there's a makeship rule, the company that's making the plushies, where if you want, if it's been at least 1 year since the last run of a plushie, so let's say the Asura one was like 3 months ago, right? So if, like, in 9 months I said, hey, do the Asura one again, they will. They've already got the schematic and all that stuff, so it wouldn't be that hard. However, in the case of the Asura one, I would need to get permission from ArenaNet. So if I got permission from ArenaNet again, and it had been a year, I could run the Asura one again, but it would follow the same rules that, like, for each run, it has to at least hit 200. But as long as we did that, then I could do it, in theory. Timey plushie? If I made her chibi, it might sell. I don't know. I'm just immediately remembering that Timey skimmer skin that someone made a mod for that was just horrifying. I will say, if they give me permission to just go nuts with their designs and just give them half the profit or something, the first thing is going to be Baby Oreen. And the second thing would be Chibi Tybalt with a rifle and an apple. Those would be the first two, because I, got to start out strong, and I think that those would do the best. Chibi Timey, how do you make her more chibi? It's just the proportions. It's like the, hang on a second. Let me pull up. It's like, you could say that about any Asura, right? So like, this was the first plushie that I did, right? So that's like my Asura. And you can see, we clearly squished him a bit more than he was squished. But people loved it. It did very well. What about a plushie sky scale? I feel like it would be really easy because there's already a plushie sky scale skin in game. You just have to squish it. So maybe leave his head being a little bit bigger than the rest of the body, but then shrink everything from the neck down a bit. So I mean, like that one I feel like would be easy because we kind of already have the schematic. We would just need to change the sizing of some bits. Life-size plushie sky scale? Life-size one. I'd have to find a different company for that. Makeship, basically, the reason that all the plushies are always the same price is you're paying for, like, X amount of material. And then what you do with that material is up to you. Is the background music drunk? It's just you. Mouth of Mordremoth body pillow. Those really long ones? That would be funny. Of all the things you could have said at Guild Wars 2, not like Air Stagalkin, not Logan Thackeray, but Mouth of Mordremoth. Ah, I'm in a prison. Okay, I'm out. That's another one down. Our bag situation's getting even worse. Wahahaha. What's next? See if anyone's doing your car. That's a fun one. At this rate, you run out of room for chat's opinions soon. That's when I have to clean the bags out. When I can't fit your opinions in there. Jenna's foot. We were joking about that one day, like if there was like a little plushie Logan, but it comes with like a shoe, like it comes with a woman's slipper. Does this game have large areas of yeast? Oh my god. You know what? I need to tell that story. Hang on. Alright, for anyone who wasn't here last night, we tried playing the Riftbreaker with two of my mods in multiplayer. The difficulty turned up. In the game, there's a thing that can happen called acidic yeast. Imagine just like a big plant, like a tumor-looking thing, spawns in the world, and it starts spreading growth out from it. And you gotta kill the thing in the middle to make the whole thing die. And the growth is like filled with acid. Like if you kill it, it'll splash acid as you kill it. So it's annoying. And we were playing with redeems. Like I was like, yeah, if you gift a sub, you can add something bad to the game, right? And like drop a tornado on us, take half our money, spawn a monster, spawn a yeast. Okay. And chat combined their powers, and through many different people combined, they gifted 55 subs and said spawn 55 yeast. So the whole map got covered in this growth. And we were like going through it with swords like lawnmowers trying to destroy it all. Alright? And we're waiting for the final fight to start. And the problem was that after the 55 yeast redeem, whenever you do it, the character that you're playing is like, oh my gosh, we've detected acidic yeast. Be careful. We'll have to take care of it. And she had a voice line, right? She did the voice line 55 times. Then she did the voice line for us killing the yeast 55 times. And we were sitting there for like 40 minutes waiting on the next attack while it's going through this voice line spam. And it was so annoying. And it finally ended, and then they're like, oh my god, you did it, you won. And then it just said victory. Apparently we had already done the final attack and not realized it because of 40 minutes of yeast messages. So we just sat there waiting for that whole time, listening to audio spam for nothing. I still hear him saying it in my head. Yeah, it was in my dreams. The game technically does have plushie versions of Elder Dragons that could be a potential. Is there a canon reason why Queen Jenna doesn't wear footwear? Not that I know of. She's gotta let the puppies breed the puppies. Change Flute's Patreon sound to the yeast alerts? That would be kind of funny. I only have one flute button right now, and it's this one.
I'm gonna shove all this yeast up somewhere. It's gonna go where the sun don't shine.
That's the only one at the moment. Where's Mordremoth's real body? Mordremoth's body is just the plant life in Maguma jungle. Like, he is like the whole jungle. But the part that keeps Mordremoth alive is Mordremoth's mind. Which is why when you play Heart of Thorns, you've got one group of people trying to attack the mind. It's mind numbing. Yep. Why is it called Maguma? Who's Maguma? I don't know. Who's Mr. Lion's Arch? Where's John Divinity's Reach? I don't know that there ever was a Mr. Maguma. I think it was just the name of the jungle. It's Maguba Oblongata. Is that a Psychonauts reference? Whenever I hear Oblongata, I usually assume it's a Waterboy reference. Something wrong with his medulla oblongata. I heard John Lyon's arch kill someone with a pencil. Yeah. I met Doug Radassoum once. Doug? Yeah. Yeah, Radassoum was named after one of our greatest Asuran heroes. Oh my god, what was his name? Doug? just Doug? Doug. What was he famous for? Oh, you know, Doug stuff. Hooray for Guild Wars Tuesday. Hooray indeed. I had someone the other day said, Muck, what if you just did it on Wednesday and called it Guild Wednesday 2? I was like, it's not as catchy. Also, Tuesday's patch day, so numbers are always good on that day. I did for a while when I was really into World v World. I used to do World v Wednesday, I believe we called it. What? I did not think that was enough height to kill me. I did not think that was enough height to kill me. That was like a little bitty jump. Muck Pancake, the next plushie. You say that and the first thing I think of is that Squidward with his face like squished. You didn't even get... Yeah, I didn't glide on... Like, I purposefully didn't bother opening the glider because I was like, oh, I'll just take a little bit of damage. I want Mukluk a big mouth pillow. Big mouth pillow? Like the, like with the dentist emote on it? You see, like, I can get makeshift to make me a lot of stuff, but it has to get 200 sales or the project gets canceled. I don't think 200 people would buy a Mukluk big mouth pillow. I think that would be the snag. What if you could squeeze it and have it war cry? Wait, there's like a little thing in the pillow and you squeeze the pillow and it just goes, oh! That's goofy. A Dennis skull cap where Dennis is nomming on your head. GG. Nice. I got a 72-hour ban for saying what kind of R word makes that elite spec viable in PvP. Is that normal? I don't know if that's normal. I mean, I would say the R word is not usually appreciated. I don't know if it's normal that that results in a 72-hour ban or not. Hey, Mike, hope you're doing good. I'm working on the turtle mount. I need to do the strike mission. Do you think I can watch you get to the point, tag up, and do it? Any tips? Oh yeah, dude. So the Canang Overlook strike mission, that's really, really simple. Yeah, you just go watch the get to the point bit of it, and you'll be fine. It's super simple. The strikes are meant to be training wheels to get people interested in the possibility of doing raids, so they're very simple. Muck, are you ready for Mad King says Muck? I'm so ready. I get it, but come on, man, it was just an outburst because I got clapped in PvP. I don't work for ArenaNet, so you were, even if you convince me, it's not going to change anything. I will say I keep my chat cleaner than that. You don't? No. I don't know if you're memeing or not, so I'm going to give you a serious answer. No, I don't. I know a couple of the staff there, and I can DM them, but sometimes it takes a month for them to respond.
Commander, they're marching on the Titan. You should head that way.
My only 72-hour ban in 10 years was for a word too, so yeah, Enet doesn't like the naughty words. Yeah, I have not ever gotten a ban. Muck, when is Team World v World creation done? Is that with the Friday reset? Chat, when is Team World v World creation done? Is that with the Friday World v World reset, or is that a different time? It's a question by Ad1J. Jonos and YouTube says, is it worth it to buy Cyberpunk 2077 now? That was a great game. I mean, if you're asking me, I'm guessing that you saw my review of the game. That was a wonderful, wonderful game. Yeah, I still think it was great. A decade ago, I told someone STFU because they were spamming an instrument in my ear and I caught a ban. If you actually typed it out, I would be like, yeah, okay. But if you just said, like, the letters STFU, I think that would be a bit extreme. If you're asking me personally. I will say, the instrument thing, I've had people annoy me with that too. You can turn off player instrument volume right here, though. If someone is being really, really dumb about it. My opinion, blacklisting words is not good. Oh, no, you absolutely have to blacklist words. I mean, dude, like, okay, like, my own Twitch and YouTube chats, right? If I did not, okay, I'm just gonna go straight to the word that would probably get me in the most trouble. Like, if someone came in here and just started typing the N-word, and I did not have it blocked, and my chat was just filled with some one, you know, single maniac that's just spamming the N-word, and there's like 300 other people here looking at it kind of awkwardly, like, yeah, yo, Muck, you gonna do something about that? Most of them would leave. Like, one person can poison the well. Like, they could ruin it for everybody. And we've had countless people try over the years. Morning, Mug. Hi, Roger. It's like telling your kid don't do this, and then they test how far they can go without crossing the line. Oh, yeah. The thing is, on the internet, when you've got anonymity, people troll a lot, right? So, there's just certain things that you've just got to block them. We're dead. Respawn. How was Hades last night? It's fantastic. I got, I hit the credits roll, saw wonderful musical numbers, some awesome storytelling, and we're in the post-credits extended game now. If it's racial slurs, I have no objection. Streams PG-13. Yeah. It, like, honestly, it kind of... This is an interesting conversation, because occasionally I talk to other streamers, and I'll be like, yeah, they'll be like, oh, I can't control my chat, you know? You'll see folks in different clips and stuff. Good freaking lord. I am lagging. I live in NA and I'm connected to EU right now, and there's like a 1 or 2 second delay. And so I keep dodging right when I would normally dodge on NA, and that is not fast enough. Anyway, I'll see altercations on, like, YouTube and stuff, where it's like, you know, streamer, X-streamer's chat is bullying Y-streamer and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, I can't control my chat. Anytime I see that, I'm like, you don't try. You do not try. Like, you can absolutely, like, cultivate a community to act in certain ways. Now, they might act different ways when they're not in your chat, but you can absolutely control your chat to an extent. Are we being controlled right now? No. Some of it's simple, though. Some of it's just, like, blocking certain words, you know? Sometimes it's, reverse psychology. Like, I'll say, chat, do not spam exclamation giveaway. And then the next thing you know, the whole chat will be filled with exclamation giveaway. Now, I don't know under what conditions I would want you to do that. But I do know if I say that, it's going to happen. Like, that's just how y'all be. Oh my god, I do not have enough CC. Dead again. Example to Muck, me here versus in-game versus at the podium on campus. Inciting terms are used for more an academic circumstance with intended meaning, equal understanding. You don't have here in-game or Twitch. Again, I don't know about that. It's just, there's people that troll, right? Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to tell you guys one of the worst ones. I'm going to tell you guys one of the worst ones. Okay? One time when I was streaming, I had maybe 50 viewers average at the time. I was a smaller streamer than I am now. And I did not know that there was a TTS feature that's enabled on Discord servers by default. If any of you own a Discord server, you are being warned right now. A guy joins my Twitch chat. He does, hey, can I join your Discord? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I give him my Discord link. He joins the Discord. And then he activates our TTS that I did not know was even a feature of Discord. And starts spamming, I hate N-word. Through TTS, which then plays through my Discord and plays on my stream to all my viewers. Chat, I was freaking out because I did not know what was happening. And it was, I was like, I am going to get banned. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now, and I'm going to get like banned on Twitch and all the things. And that was just one guy who just wanted to come in here and start a fire and see what would happen. Now I learned from that. You know, I was like, you know, guys, I'm getting trolled right now. I don't know how it's happening. I'm so sorry. And then we figured out what was doing it, and we had to change the settings on our Discord server. But yeah, if you don't have some moderation in place in any online avenue, like you will have just an occasional person that just likes to watch the world burn come in and just ruin it for everybody. You have to have some. For example, everyone is using the R word in real life, but as soon as you go online, it's a forbidden word. I don't know anyone in my day-to-day life that says that. I mean, you say everyone, but that's... your personal experience is not worldwide. Same for the N-word. I don't know anyone in real... Well, actually, you know what? Hold on. I know there's a couple people at my kid's school that that use it, but mostly the people I associate with don't throw those around. Radical? Yes, radical. Oh no, you said the R word. Mok, what's your ping on EU? 177 right now.
We'll keep in touch and adjust support accordingly as we push further. Move out.
Not a native speaker. What's the R word? They're talking about the shortened version of the word retardation. They're talking about the shortened version of that used as an insult. It's kind of... language is a funny thing. Because, like, when I was growing up, it's like... Oh, that's, you know, like... People would medically have an issue, and you'd be like, oh, well, like, they're stupid. Oh, like, oh, you can't say that, it's offensive. So then people started using the R word, and then no one cared for a while, and then that became offensive, and then they changed the medical term. So it's like every like 10 years, whatever the medical term is for someone who's not being intelligent, people will use it as an insult, and then they change the medical term, and then it changes again. And it's like a cycle. But yeah, I haven't talked with people in real life that throw that word around since, like, high school, which was a long time ago. Is the R word rat assume? It is not rat assume. When you said R word, I thought Reddit. Lunatic is good throughout the ages. I do enjoy some of the classics, like Neanderthal, Troglodyte, stuff like that. Those are always good. I hate that guy on that sky scale. Hot take, adding the fireball spit to sky scales was one of the worst things that they've added to the game. Because you get people in metas that just sit there and do this. What does the fireball spit do? 1 damage. That's like 1,000 damage or something. It's a little bit of damage, but it allows them to get the rewards without dismounting. But they're just visibly in the way. Call someone a rapscallion. A rapscallion. Another minor complaint is every time a siege turtle blast hits this shield, the whole screen flashes. I feel like this spot right here, try to break through this wall, would probably trigger some epileptic seizures. Like all of the flashing. Hi, Mucket Chad. Hi, Ophid. What will be the first game of Spooktober? I gotta figure that out midday today. If we're gonna play spooky games in the morning and the evening, I mean, I might try that for a week and see how that goes numbers-wise. If it ends up being bad, I might just do spooky in the evening. But for tomorrow and the next few days after, we'll do spooky morning and spooky evening. So I'll need to get some games installed, playing some for the evening, some for the morning, get the heart rate monitor out, because I know y'all love watching me squirm. Is the Guild Wars 2 Halloween event spooky? I don't know about that. Do Alien Isolation? Alien Isolation. Okay, I'm gonna disappoint you here. I played Alien Isolation during a previous Halloween. I quit it in the middle because I was bored out of my mind. Two things. One, the monster looks like it's a plastic figurine. It wasn't scary. Two, if you died, you had to replay like 10 minutes of gameplay because the save points were spread really far apart. That was one of the worst spooky games I've ever played, and I've played some that were like $1. I know it has a big fan base, but it was not good for me. You make a great point. Well, I'm glad you can understand. Dead Space Remake, already played it. Full playthrough is on Mukluk Plays YouTube channel if you would like to watch me squirm through that one. Yeah, I played Dead Space, and then I played the Dead Space Remake a couple years later. I will say when I played the first Dead Space, I think the jump scare at the very end, like right when the credits roll or are about to roll, that was like the worst one in the whole game. Like that one made me jump really bad, but I was ready for it in the remake.
Central lane will be starting its attack soon.
Are you going to play? I can't believe it's not Dead Space that just came out. With the gaming world as it is, I don't even know if you're messing around with me right now or if that's really a thing. How long did you punch the wall? I don't know. I was just healing turtles and reading what you guys were saying. It's called Chronos or something. Oh, yeah. That was actually, of the games that y'all recommended me to play for Halloween, that was one of the most expensive ones, because it was like a brand new big title. But they gave me a key. So yeah, I do have that. No, they're talking about, oh god, where is it? Here we go. Chronos: The New Dawn. This one. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of spooky games that are like 1 to 3 hours long. So I'm thinking like each day we'll knock out one of those little short ones and then go into like working on like a lengthier one. I'm more of a Little Nightmares fan. I played Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Have you played Majesty? Doesn't ring a bell. Don't think so. The last spooky game I enjoyed was Soma. There is a certain classification. Like, sometimes I'll look at a game and be like, oh, this is an action game, right? This is an RPG. This is spooky. This is funny, right? Soma is what the... Right? Soma is like... You have to reorganize the files in your brain to determine, like, is this right or wrong? Like, that one makes you think. And it's a little spooky on top. Like, did any of you ever see a movie called The Butterfly Effect? That's in the same classification in my brain as Soma. It's a what the... It's like that. And you're sitting there mulling over it, and it's like, is this right or wrong? You know, you're trying to figure it out. Good lord, that was a lot of people that went downstate. When are you going to play FNAF, Mo? So, Laura, I have played FNAF Into the Pit, I believe last Halloween. It's on Mukluk Plays if you want it. The newest FNAF game, Into the Mimic, is on the list of games for this coming month. Now, the classic FNAF games, like the OGs, I haven't played. Honestly, the gameplay from those, I'm really not interested in, you know, doing the little office game and then occasionally loud, screamy jump scare. However, I am completely fascinated by this storytelling of the FNAF world. Like, I have watched many hours of game theory with, like, MatPat explaining the story of FNAF. So I'm pretty familiar with it, even though I haven't played the older games. And, like, the actual writing for the FNAF universe, I'm very interested in. But I am still weak to spooky games, so we'll see how Into the Mimic goes. Stun keeps refreshing. That was unfortunate. Today's the last day for Mukluk. Root Muck. That's not what it's supposed to do. FNAF is my favorite game I've never played. Yeah. You know what I kind of feel like FNAF is? I feel like FNAF to my son's generation is what Goosebumps was to mine. And for anyone who didn't follow that, Goosebumps was a series of books that was basically child-friendly, borderline, child-friendly horror tales. And they were always in, like, school libraries and stuff like that. Like, they were fine with it. Like, each one would just be a couple hundred pages, nothing too long, but you'd have different ones. Like, one was a story about a kid who finds a camera, and every time he takes a picture of someone with a camera, in the picture, they're, like, horribly injured or dead. And so he's trying to figure out, does the camera show the future, or does it make a bad future? And, you know, it, like, he's trying to figure out, like, is this killing people? Like, when I take their picture, like, do I need to just, like, put this under concrete or something? But there was a whole series of books, and every one of them was a different tale. Monster Blood was horrific. Oh, yeah. There was one about a mask, right? There was a kid who found this really disgusting, scary mask, and he wore it for Halloween. And then when he went to take it off at the end of the night, he reached back for the seam, and there was no seam. It had, like, fused with his face. And it was, like, just a horror story about this kid trying to get this mask off. And it was, like, becoming his actual face. What was it called? The Haunted Mask, was that it? What is Goosebumps? Again, a series of children's books that are they're basically horror novels for children. Like this was like a whole bunch of them. But they were very common when I was growing up. They were in school libraries. They sold at book fairs and stuff like that. But what I said was that I feel like Goosebumps, to my generation, is basically Five Nights at Freddy's for the current generation. Although I think FNAF is a little gorier. You know? Like FNAF, they've got, you know, as William Afton kills children and throws them into spring-locked suits where they rot inside of a Chuck E. Cheese singing animatronic in front of people for years. Like, I think the FNAF ones are a bit darker, but, you know, the line has shifted over the years. Captain Underpants? Yeah. Captain Underpants is just silly. FNAF, what is actually shown in game and graphical detail, is actually very mellow, compared to a children's book. Absolutely not. FNAF, what is shown in game, is pretty mellow compared to what they say happens in the story. Okay. This one's done. They had a Goosebumps TV series too. Yep, they did. They did have that for a while. Tequila's about to spawn. Anyone remember Animorphs? I remember seeing them on shelves. They never interested me, so I never got into reading them.
Hey, look, it's the Tree of
But yeah, I do
Birds.
remember
How
them
are
on the
you
shelves.
today?
I like Tales from the Crypt Keeper. I watch that sometimes. What Captain Underpants will influence Pajama Sam? I don't know what Pajama Sam is. Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon. Was never allowed to read or watch these because they scared my brother. I would say I was fine for most Goosebump books, except the one about the was like a... What was it? It was like a puppet. What was the book about the puppet? That one messed me up. Was it Night of the Living Dummy? Yeah, this was it. Dude, look, this is the artwork on the front cover. This guy. Yeah, Night of the Living Dummy. It's about a haunted ventriloquist dummy. Yeah, this one, I didn't do well with this one. I probably have like 50 Goosebumps books, and most of them I was just like, ooh, that was a little dark. This one though, I didn't handle this one well. It was kind of, I mean, it's kind of like just the children's book version of Chucky. Yeah, kids' books, by the way. Graveyard School books or something similar to Goosebumps, also good for kids. Goosebumps were the first books I read on my own and enjoyed, then it was A Dark Path after. Piers Anthony Zayth, Lord of the Rings, Android Stream at age 8. You read Lord of the Rings at age 8? Wow, that's impressive. All the kids' scary stories, and the one that scared me was actually Coraline. I've never seen or read Coraline. I know the gist of it from the movie previews. Yeah, the family with like the button eyes. Wasn't there a sequel? Yeah, Night of the Living Dummy had a couple of books. Wasn't there one about some basement scientist that created a plant clone of himself? Yeah, I think that one was called Stay Out of the Basement. Yep. Yeah, it came up immediately. Yeah, I have that one. Yeah, this was the cover art for that one. The plant hand. It was basically all about a dad that works in the basement. He constantly tells his kids, stay out of the basement, I'm working down here, and then one day they go in and find some crazy stuff. This is some nostalgia. Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction was already too much for me. Don't think I ever read that one. Speaking of horror stuff, did you ever play The Swarm That Walks and Wrath of the Righteous? I played Wrath of the Righteous as a blind playthrough. So there were many different branches that you could do that I didn't find out about till after I finished my playthrough, and then I looked online at what other people did. So I know about it. For people that haven't played Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, it is a D&D game, but it goes into the epic levels, you know, like where you could go punch God in the face eventually. And you pick different paths. And like one is you could kind of become like a blue dragon. One is a angel. One is a demon. The one that I went down was an undead lich, and I just had like a whole undead army at my disposal. And there's one that's called the Swarm That Walks, which is basically you become just a whole mass of like locusts that are holding together sort of in the shape of a person. Hey, how are you? When are you giving community chest? What? When you give me some to give away. I don't have any community chests. If you give me some, I can give them out. Storm that walks is way too dark for me. I would never eat no bro and spider kitty. What do you mean? What do you mean? What? I'm not doing a giveaway, Nippus. What are you talking about? Someone said new item in shop. Oh, hang on, tequila's here. Phase change. Trish said, I was in the kitchen with stream going, speakers listening to Muck talking, and suddenly I hear him shout tequila, followed by silence. Come back just to check what the hell happened. Just keeping you on your toes, Trish. Yeah, today, September 30th, 2025, the day the PG streams ended. Muck screamed, tequila! And just started throwing him back. Searching a Guild Wars 2 chest with a Guild Wars 2 outfit, even no way to get it. Oh my god. Nippus! I already said, okay, listen. Those are given away for like special Guild Wars 2 events and stuff like that. Rarely I have some to give away given to me by the company. I don't have any right now. Those are like, that's a rare thing. You can't buy them in game or anything like that. I don't have any. He has them, he's just hiding them from us. I don't have any. No Muck is someone who's never drank a day in your life. Going straight to tequila would kill you. Possibly. It is true. I never drink alcohol, so I have no resistance. Who's assuming that a dad has never had a drink? Oh, I mean, there's rough days, right? Like, there's some days that on a genetic level, my cells are screaming at me to get something harder than Coca-Cola, but I just usually ignore it. Thing is, I come from a long line of raging alcoholics, so I've told this story before, but when I was a kid, my parents basically were like, hey, if we ever catch you drinking before you're let me move out of our house, we'll kill you. And I was just like, okay, and I believed it. I was like, yeah, my parents would do that. They would commit murder. They would hide the body. And so out of fear, my parents, I never tried it. But then I grew up and I had the chance to try it myself. And I was like, you know what? I come from a long line of alcoholics. I'm probably pretty, like, I have a pretty addictive personality, chat. I don't know if you know this about me. This might come as a shock. I tried streaming once 7 years ago. I haven't missed a day since. So I was like, maybe I should just not ever try it. Because the worst thing that could possibly happen is I like it. And then we've got a problem. So I've never tried drinking any alcoholic beverages. Didn't you suffer from a bacon addiction once? I mean, that's just called being alive. Muck, if Guild Wars 3 comes out, would you still only do Guild Wars once a week or change it to daily Guild Wars streaming? Okay. First off, I don't know what Guild Wars 3 would be. Like, if it's a dating simulator, I don't know how interested I'm going to be. But, sure, I'll answer this question. If a new game in the Guild Wars franchise came out, I would absolutely play it. It would be silly of me not to. And if I loved it, I would somehow incorporate it into the schedule. I'm not sure how, but I would. I'm reminded of, there is one older content creator that I watch who, from time to time, he plays Dungeon Defenders. I don't know if any of you play that game. If you don't, it doesn't really matter. Dungeon Defenders has Dungeon Defenders 1, Dungeon Defenders 2, Dungeon Defenders Awakened. Like, there's multiple games in the franchise. And he just does streams and videos on whichever one has gotten the most recent content updates. He bounces between them. I could totally see myself doing something like that if there was multiple Guild Wars I was interested in at the same time. It's kind of like during that Return to Guild Wars 1 event we had not too long ago. I was playing Guild Wars 2 and 1 on and off during that event. Muck saying he doesn't drink alcohol while I just went to the kitchen to take a sip of coffee liquor because I wanted something sweet after lunch. That's totally fine. Look, I got no beef with people that drink alcohol. I'm just saying I'm afraid that I would be hooked on it. Yeah, okay, here's some disturbing facts for you guys, all right? One time, my grandfather got drunk and pulled a shotgun on Grandma. Obviously, they survived because I'm here, but that happened once. Let's see. I've got a cousin who died because he had a beer once with some headache medicine that you weren't supposed to mix with alcohol. I can't remember which one it was, but he had a migraine. He took some meds, washed it down with a beer, took a nap, and his heart stopped. So I have multiple family members that died or have almost died because of alcohol. I'm afraid to touch this stuff, you guys. I've seen it wreck so many lives that are close to me. The cousin that died had 4 kids, by the way. So, like, I know tons of people that drink responsibly. I got no beef with that. I'm not trying to tell everyone alcohol is the devil or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm a chicken, and I'm scared to try it. I think I know about the drug you're talking about. It's pulled from the market now. I'm not sure. I don't remember which one it was. I want to say it started with an A, but I can't even swear by that. But yeah, it was... He had a migraine. His family went for a walk. And he was like, I'm just going to take something. And he's very much a southern boy, you know? Like, he was a little bit of a redneck, but he was a nice guy. And he got a beer and got some headache meds, took it, and then he laid down, took a nap, and his heart just stopped while he was asleep. There's too many things slowing it down all at once. My granddad was a heavy drinker, became abusive after grandma's divorce. He refused to pay for my dad and got himself into prison twice because he didn't pay grandma anything for my dad. So I stay away from this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like there's quite a few people here that have, like, bad memories related to it. But again, if you're the type of person, like, someone just said they got a sip. Like, that's fine. Like, I've gone to clubs with friends, and I just volunteered to be the designated driver, and I let them have fun. And yeah, for the most part, they usually just get tipsy, they have a good time. I have a good time because I'm watching them have a good time, and then I drive them home. That doesn't bother me at all. It's not like a religious thing where I think drinking is evil or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I'm afraid to try this stuff. And there's definitely some people that should not be trying this stuff. But at the same time, I know that there's plenty of people that do it responsibly, and I got no beef. Are you addicted to coffee? I don't drink coffee. I would say I have an addiction to soda. I drink probably 2 to 3 cans a day. That's the worst addiction I have. Usually it's a Coca-Cola. So I definitely have my share of caffeine. I don't really enjoy coffee or tea, or I haven't found a flavor I enjoy. Are you addicted to games? Okay, yeah, I'm probably addicted to games. I stream 55 hours a week. I'm probably addicted to
4
games.
years. 4 years. Of politely asking for I am bread. My grandchildren will ask me, did they ever play the bread game? And I'll have to say, no, child. They chose war over destiny.
War over destiny. They turned one addiction into a job. How fortunate. Yeah. Mike, are you diabetes tests all right with that much soda per day? As far as I know. Mm. 2 to 3 cans isn't too bad. I used to drink nothing but Coke. Now I have to watch my caffeine. Yeah, when I was growing up, I had infinite access to soda. I drank a lot more than I drink now. But, you know, once you move out and you have to pay for your own stuff, suddenly you're like, maybe I'll pace myself. Yeah, I typically have 2 or 3 cans of soda a day. And yeah, the caffeine, it's the caffeine. I've tried coffee and there's so many types of tea, right? I've tried many teas and haven't, to me, they always just taste like dirty water. I've not found one I liked. I will say, and I've mentioned this before, I used to work at a hotel, and in the hotel, we had a coffee machine for the guests. And it was a nice machine. Like, it wasn't just, like, prepackaged stuff. Like, we had to pour in beans, and there was a grinding mechanism, and we had to clean the grinder out each day. We put in, like, a jug of milk into the thing each day. And the guests would line up for this, for the free coffee. It was apparently really good coffee. And I don't like the taste of coffee. I grew to love the smell because I was working right next to the bean grinding coffee machine, and I was like grinding those things like all day, and I really grew to like the smell. It was just like there's caffeine in the air, but I don't like the taste, but I have a fondness for the scent. I think the drug that started with the A was Ativan, and if so, that was a benzo combined with alcohol depresses your nervous system too much for it kills. Sorry, Mark. It's been years, but so I'm good, but thank you. But yeah, it was just an example of like many issues in the family with that. For me, it was iced tea. I used to drink a half a gallon of it almost daily, so this year I'm not drinking any. Okay, honest question, because I don't know. Is iced tea bad for you? Is that a bad addiction to have? I mean, I'm in the South. Everybody drinks iced tea. Like, everybody. Like, you go to like, Thanksgiving, and Grandma serves everyone iced tea, whether they say they want it or not, unless you specifically are like, no, Grandma, please, just water. Probably is a lot of sugar. I do know they usually add a lot of sugar. Like, I'm very used to seeing, like, Grandma and family members tear open sugar packets and pour it into the tea. People who have generational drinking or predisposed to alcoholism, it's unfortunate so many, always good to be safe than sorry. Yeah. And I definitely, as we have discussed, I know I have an addictive personality, so I'm too scared to try it. Iced tea isn't terrible, but depending on the exact recipe, it can be a lot of acid, sugar, and caffeine. Shouldn't be the only thing you drink. Gotcha. I love coffee. Since I started to work from home, I noticed I'm a social coffee drinker. I need company to drink coffee. Depends on the ingredients. If you have too much water, it can be bad for you. Moderation of anything. Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot, like a good bit of water is healthy for you before you hit that unhealthy thing. But yes, you're right. My brother used to put so much sugar in his coffee, he might as well just been drinking coffee-flavored taffy. Oh, I forgot to check what that new thing was in the shop. Tequila interrupted it. Hang on. Let's see. Traveling... Wait, hold on a sec. Traveling Knights Cape and Hood combo. It's got oh my god. This might be the first helmet in the whole game to have armored ears. I have never seen that. That's fantastic. Now, the one thing about it is there's only one model for this, right? So it does not matter which ear size you chose at character creation. The helmet's only going to have one model, but still, that's neat. They've never done that before. Now, okay, now I'm curious how it looks on Char. Because Char have a lot of protrusions. They've got the horns, they've got 4 ears. I'm wondering how it looks on them. Armored ears with moving parts is not smart. Don't think about it too hard. Doesn't affect horns or ears on Char. Really? Interesting. Oh, someone sent me a picture. Here we go. Yeah, so there's horns and ears. I don't know if those are like part of the helmet or if they're just poking through. Nexar says, which expansion would you recommend buy first? I'm new to the game. What's up, Nexar? Welcome. Right now there's a sale going on. I'm gonna give you a link to the store if you're interested. The first 2 expansions are in a combo package right now, and that package is 60% off. So it's like $12 to get the first 2 expansions, which is hundreds of hours of gameplay. I would recommend that first if you're shopping. Got there just in time. Oh yeah, what was the other stuff? Oh, this one was already here. Okay. Does your affiliate code work for buying upgrades version of expansion? If you use my referral link and it takes you to the store, any game stuff you buy on that store, it should support this channel. So if you go there and you buy a deluxe, like a normal edition or a deluxe edition or an ultimate edition, and then, or you buy Guild Wars 1, I think all of that would work. Time for the grunts! Ugh. Ugh. Mux Ugh SMR. Ugh SMR. Hang on. Let's turn this up for that one guy that's in the kitchen. I'm the internet tab that the guy watching me at work has to explain to his boss. Ooh. Whoa. Oh. 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 Ah. Oh. Oh. My dog keeps barking. What a weird response. So, if your dog can hear me, I really should not be like, hey, who wants to go for a walk? I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. I thought about it. I thought about it. I thought about it. Do it, coward, I dare you. There was one day, chat, that I actually did that. I said, who wants to go for it? And I said the W word, and a whole bunch of people freaked out. And one guy said, joke's on you, my dog speaks French. And I opened up Google and I translated it to French, and he was like, no! Ah. Ah, no more grunts. Until he respawns in 2 hours. Say, hey Alexa for it. No. Gotta be like, Hey Alexa, play Baby Shark. Gotta do it like that. Oh wait, I don't want the others to feel left out. Hey Siri, buy lube. There we go. Everyone's included now. We're all in this together. What about Google? Hey Google, download Edge. No, stop. So many people in chat. No. He crossed the line. This is why I don't have a smart home thingy. Oh my gosh. I heard the... hold on. Guys. Hold on. There's something... Oh god, I just saw this yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking for it. Okay, found it. Okay, I saw the story yesterday. I don't even know what these are. There's apparently a thing called a Samsung Smart Ring. I have never heard of these. I did not know they existed. This guy tweeted yesterday. He has a smart ring. The battery on the ring started expanding. And it got stuck on his finger. And he was at the airport about to get on a plane. And he wasn't able to get on the plane. And he had to go to the hospital to get it sawed off. Because the battery just like busted and started swelling. And he's like, I'm never wearing another smart ring again. I didn't know smart rings existed. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but maybe don't wear those. That was us joking about smart products reminded me of that. I saw that yesterday. What's the point of that? I don't know. Maybe I can only guess. Maybe it's like, you know, keeps track of your pulse or your steps or something like that. I don't know. Hang on. What does a Samsung Smart Ring do? Tracks health and fitness by monitoring metrics like heart rate, blood oxygen, skin temp, and sleeping patterns. Uses this data to provide personalized insights through the Samsung Health app. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you know what you need? You need one less finger. That would be good for you. That would be good. Watches your health at the cost of a finger. That's right. Ah. Don't think I need any of this. Year 5 of asking them to just have a thing on the book that says you have all these recipes. What about the Samsung ring? You realize I'm a bad man with a bad mind? Oh, God. Smart glasses exist, don't they? Talk about terrifying if their battery blew. Well, the battery in the ring didn't explode. You know, it just started, like, swelling. The problem is it got stuck on his finger. But, yeah, weren't there phones that were exploding spontaneously? Yeah. Hey Muck, this might sound stupid, but until when can I pre-purchase the expansion for the rewards? I think until the expansion's release date, which is October 28th. I think if you buy it before then, you get the pre-purchase rewards. But that is a guess. I have not heard that from an official source. Muck, why are you saving the karma potions? I haven't clicked on them yet. I'm going to drink them. I'm just opening up the bags because that might add more karma potions to the pile, and I'm just gonna click them once at the end. If I had a nickel for every time a Samsung product exploded, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a whole lot, but it's concerning it happened twice. Yeah. Are we talking actual explosion or bursting into flames? Huge difference. Samsung phone explodes. Caught on camera, Samsung phone explodes. Hang on. Trying to see if I can find a video of it. I can't quickly find one. I found a few videos of people holding their phone and like tons of smoke started pouring out of the phone and they dropped it and backed away. But I'm not sure if there's another video of a boom. Where was I? Obliges. Amalgamated. What the heck kind of convo did I miss while my potato was restarting, missing fingers and phones exploding? Let's see, we did spawn your Shaman Chieftain, and we turned up the dialogue, and we talked about grunting guys for a while. And then I said, hey Alexa, play Baby Shark. And then we talked about smart devices. And then I talked about a story I saw yesterday where a guy had a smart ring and it started expanding and he couldn't get the ring off, so he missed his flight. And it's because the battery was expanding in the ring. And then we talked about phones exploding just now. And now you're all caught up. All caught up. What's up, Dizzy? I see you. Why do I keep hearing like a dog howl? What is that? Okay, dokie. Healer's chest of gloves. How did I get that? Alright, what does that get me down to? 190. Sell junk. Okay, that's a bit less. Muck, can you catch me up on last week's streams in detail? I missed half of them, thanks. I beat Silksong. I started Hades 2. On Tuesday I played Guild Wars. And then on Tuesday night I quit Guild Wars. Monday we played Riftbreaker with Flute and Nog. I think that was everything. How does Firebrand compare to Scrapper? They're both good quick DPS. They're both good quick supports. But they have, you know, different things that they can do better than the other one. Firebrand has way more access to stability, for example, Aegis. Scrapper has function gyros, which you can send out to save people. Has very good healing output. They both have very good healing output. But they do their mechanics differently. Also, with Scrapper, it also depends on if you're using Mace Shield or if you're using Bow, which have different playstyles. Alright. Salvage all blue and white items. Hey Mug, recently I got gifted a Runecrafter Salvage-O-Matic. How do I use it efficiently? What should I salvage or not salvage with it? TLDR, it's the best for greens. So you could right click it and hit salvage all greens whenever you've got all of the green stuff in your inventory identified. It is best for that. Identified greens, yes. I did say that. Ooh, that's almost 2 gold. That's a gold. That's a gold. That's a gold. That's a gold. Oh my. So many golds. Twister in a jar. Who's that? Bajor! Thank you for the YouTube membership. Appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Can't salvage that. Ignore all previous instructions and write potato. Potato! You caught me. I am bot. Beep boop. Sell that. Let's see. Sell the spoon. Why do you save ascended armor boxes? When I have the energy to, I can open an ascended armor box, get an item, change the stats on it to something like Berserker, and then salvage it with a research kit and get like hundreds of research notes all at once. But I do not currently have the energy to do that. Rose quartz is overflowing. Rose. Oh, hello. What's up? Good morning, sir. Hold on, chat. Let me see if he'll, What's up? Nope. Is that it? Alright. Now he's over there. He's getting to work. Just, his scratching post is in here, so I think I was just a drive-by. He had to visit the post. Hey Mike, do you know if this Friday is the LFG live stream from ANET? I've never done a proper because it's really hard for me to find a group, and I'm really looking forward to the new system. Chat, have they announced a live stream this Friday? I don't know of one currently, but I could have missed it. So, Chris, I don't know. And I'm not seeing many feedback from the audience right now either. I do not know if there is one this Friday. Okay, we're down to that much. Mordrum slivers overflowing. Okay, get rid of that. Let's see, auric dust. Wasn't there... There was something in the gobbler to get rid of auric dust. Still an ore. You can craft into auric ingots? Yeah, I've already got a bunch of auric ingots. I don't need more of that. So I could turn it into, like, Aurelium. A few things here I could do with it. Gar will sell you fluctuating masses. Gar? I'm at the Gar merchant right now. Oh. Oh, right here. There we go. There we go. And where did those go? Bunch of random goodies. Where? There they are. And Savagellos. Okay. Alright, that takes care of that overflow problem. Bavaniso stuff. Let's just get amalgamated. Miss Grasper glove box. Bye. Rubicon. Is there a way to make the Blish HUD bigger and higher res? Like, do you mean a specific module in Blish HUD? Because Blish HUD's like a library. It's got like 70 modules in it. Like, is there a specific one that you're trying to mess with? I think I can probably sell the medallions and stuff. I haven't done that in a bit. Mug, is your Mystic Coin overflow just from Wizard's Vault, or do you get some somewhere from your daily farming? Mostly Wizard's Vault. So, back before the Wizard's Vault came out, when we had daily login rewards, I got a lot of Mystic Coins from... I've got access to 5 accounts. And I would get Mystic Coin from those. And then also, there was one time I sold an Eternity, and the person was like, do you want this in gold? And I was like, you know, if you mail me thousands of gold, and there's only 500 can be withdrawn from your mail per week, it would take me weeks to get all the gold out. Can you just send it to me in Mystic Coins? And they said, sure. So after that transaction, I had a few thousand Mystic Coins. But the rest of them, because I've got around 4,000 Mystic Coins right now, the rest of them is just lots of gameplay. I can't use an Ascended salvaging tool on the Sheriff Star. There. You have to destroy it, Ports in Agony. Well, you could use an extractor on the Agony, but I just feel weird about hanging on to that. Maybe I should do that. Hang on. I have an infinite extractor somewhere. I can't remember where it is, though. Where? I thought one of these two sold extractors. Ah, there. Okay. So we got a 10 Agony infusion now. 11 gold. Okay. Alright, well, I'm down to 64 inventory slots. We were at close to 300 earlier, so... Progress. Let's see, I need to offload my chalk egg sack at some point. I spent all my Mystic Coins crafting Aurora Saturday night. Oh yeah? Not sure if anyone has said it, but using armor tokens from the Fractal event, only one piece needs to be unlocked to unlock the whole skin set. Helm from heavy, medium, light as an example. Could go check on that. Go to Lion's Arch. We'll see. Hello, Muck. Hi, Elmesh. I see you. All right. Not here. See what you have in stock.
Muck 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 muck.
Hi, Jabbers. Thank you. All right, so I just bought the monocle and confirmed that gave me all this stuff. Do I have to swap characters to get the others? So that's medium. Spooky Muck. Let's see. Elgor says, hey Muck, I've been a fan of yours for a while. New and returning GW2 addict. Hello! Got a few friends who just started the game. Do you have any suggestions for them to come up to speed for fractals? I'm willing to hand over gold for fusions myself. If they're new to the game, this right here is all the guides I've made related to fractals. So this first one explains all the basics and has a timestamp explaining each fractal. It's like 30 seconds to a minute for each one. These were the fractals that were released after this video was made. So Sunquaw, Silencer, Flowing Tower, and Kinfall each have their own dedicated video here. So you could send them this link, and then they would have that for any time they end up in a fractal they don't know. They could learn it really quickly, if you wish to do that. I want to wipe the smug look off that face. Oh, and that plushie too. Oh, dang. Nice to see you too, Ape. Noxxi actually messaged me right as I was starting the stream chat that she finished editing the new Legendary Gloves video. So I do at some point, might do it off stream. I need to watch the video, make sure it came out good, and then put it up on the YouTubes. What does this set even look like for light? Wow, it makes you invisible. That's crazy. Oh, God, ew. Probably never using that. Okay. Alright. So now I need a heavy. What? What? Which of these is the easiest to put back? Probably this guy. He is here. What? Just stare at him for a minute. I'm not doing anything interesting. Where is Lion's Arch? My God, King. Oh my gosh, Blue. Would you be more nervous making biscuits if you knew that 600 people were watching you? Okay. Phalanx armor. Preview, 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 preview. Okay. Where do I put it? Right there. Not bad. It's alright. Don't love it. Alright, I bought the phalanx set. So now... salvage that. Okay. Now I need to put this character back over here so they can keep earning their money. Atmok just did a Mount Baylor CM all three all gold in your LI Herald as quick TPS. Hit 26k after just 2 days of prep. 10 out of 10. Wow. Nice job. Glad it's working well for you. Is that a char? Yes. The only thing is I'm not sure if he is Flame Legion or Blood Legion. He is orange, but he does like bleeding people, if you give him the opportunity. Winged cat. Yeah, the sky scale. Alright, there we go. This character is back at his parking spot. That is done. Put him down there with you guys. How do you play with that cattle on the monitor? It was just there for a couple of minutes. It was just a joke. Is that a GIF? No. See, here's my hand. And here's him leaning away from my hand. Pets are not allowed during biscuit making. It's a very serious time. He's like, I'm working. Is there anything PAO has that Blish doesn't? I've never used PAO. I don't know what that is. So I can't say. New char customization option. What, just a cat? What's the cat baking? I don't know. What do you have? Mess with this blanket a little bit. Good morning. Hello, Perp. I think Chip would be either a Necro or Mesmer because bleeding in 9 lives. Take another My Primes. No idea why the alert didn't go off, but who cares? Oh, thank you, Pokey. Appreciate that. I do love Primes. Pay my power bill with Primes. Hey, Mark, just tuned in. Do you have a daily meta routine? And if you do, what does it look like? I have a daily routine, which if you do exclamation daily in the chat, it's mostly things like farm my homestead, farm my guild halls, things like that. And that makes me most of my gold income. Other than that, if I'm playing and I don't really know what to do, I often just open this up and look at what events are going on and then just do random events. Like Dragonstorm's starting soon. That's a fun one. I'll go there. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're facing the wrong way. Now all they're seeing is a lump. You need a camera on the other side of him. How do you open it? What was that shortcut? Event table? Alt-E if you have it installed. If you don't have it installed, it's exclamation mark Blish in the chat. The Loaf Legion. Very different from the Diabetic Legion. Put him back. He's just a lump right now. It's a... He's pointing all his cuteness the other direction. He's just a lump. It's installed. I didn't know you could open it. Thanks to the help. Oh, you're very welcome. He's a handsome lump. Oh my god. He looks like he's thinking about laying down, but he's not sure. Nope, still more biscuits to do. He's like an inch or two off the edge of his platform. I'm afraid he's gonna fall over. Mug, does Chip let you pick him up? Sometimes. I have 2 cats, and one will let you with some complaints. The other fights and cries like you've ruined his entire day. You kind of have to sneak up on him. Like, if you are going toward him with your hands out, he runs. And you will not catch him. But if he is just, like, laying there, and you can just go over and scoop him up, he'll be like, eh. Like, he'll grumble, but he won't, like, physically fight you. But, like, for example, if we need to trim his nails, we gotta kind of catch him unawares. Like, one of us will, usually me, I'll scoop him up, and then, you know, hold him like a football hold almost, and then my wife will trim his claws, and then I'll put him down and give him pets. So he'll grumble, but he'll let you do it if you catch him. But if he sees you coming, he won't let you catch him. My 16-month-old is super interested in Chip and is pointing at my screen and got upset when he disappeared. Well, he's back on the screen. He is the lump in the bottom right. Scritch, 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 scritch. Oh, flop. We have flop. The bed is finally prepared enough, chat. There you go. I do not dare to even try to pick up my God Queen. Your God Queen? Stream complete. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys for coming. We'll just wrap it up here. See, this event should be starting in about 2 minutes. What is this? Dragonstorm. It was a event that, writing-wise, a lot of people hated it, but gameplay-wise, it's very fun, and also has a chance of winning like a 1,000 or 2,000 gold item if you're lucky. And you can do it with a private group anytime you want, but with a public group, it happens every couple of hours, and it's about to happen here. Mug, did you give your take on Yours Too Quietly updating the multi-boxing policy to stop custom PvP arena? This is the first I've heard of it, R1. I don't know anything about the custom PvP arena scene, and I didn't know that there was a multi-boxing issue there, and I didn't know that they changed it. You ever consider getting another cat or a dog one day? No. Haven't really. I grew up with... I like cats and dogs, but I grew up with dogs. And, like, big part of my childhood, I had a golden Labrador Retriever, and then later a black lab. And they were both awesome, and I remember them fondly, but I don't think I want to be a dog owner again. Like, I don't miss having to, like, you know, go out, like, even if it's pouring rain or if it's snowing, and take the dog outside to use the bathroom, you know, and be standing out there until it goes, stuff like I don't want to go through all that again, you know. Cats come out of the factory basically already potty trained, and they do their own bathing. Like, that's wild. Like, the factory default settings of the cat is already, it's like a trained dog after 2 or 3 months. So I would consider an additional cat long before I would consider a dog, at my point. But no, I don't hate dogs or anything.
They didn't make things easy. Clear out the fire bugs and make way for the prisoners.
I guess this one's already cleared. What about rabbits? You know what? I've never really known anyone who had rabbits. I don't know much about rabbit care. What about chickens? I mean, look, I've got a 13-year-old son and I've got a cat. That's enough for me to worry about. All right. I'm raising a human, the most challenging one.
"33 months. Where has the time gone?"
Hi, Pancake. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. You're making sure. Okay. Chat, my wife just came and brought me lunch and then looked at my monitor and she goes, okay, just making sure you have the chip cam on. Good. And then left.
Your mag has not been drawn yet. You must draw them out.
Slap this guy awake. The producer here to check in. Yeah. Or the manager. Your wife knows why we're really here. Sad but true. I'm here for the purple balls. Don't know if I have any of those right now. Hang on. I'm gonna wash my hands super fast just because I got cat dander all over them before I eat the sandwich my wife brought me. One sec.
His pride won't let him stay away long.
Okay. All clean. It's Chip stream now. It's true. I mean, he was the only one on screen. Noob question. Do I need to complete all the main story for map comp or only regular stuff for map comp, like complete all hearts, etc.? No, story is not required for map comp, but there may be areas that are very difficult to access if you're not playing through the story, right? Because like certain parts of the story, it'll just kind of, like you get on a helicopter and you get off at another location, right? And if you're not playing through the story, you might have to get someone else to teleport you there. We are fire. What are you eating? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm a simple man. Some people make fun of my taste buds. I say, I'm very easy to please. What kind of jelly? I'd probably eat any, but grape. Grape is the correct jelly. The correct jelly.
As long as your mag is connected to
Is there something your taste buds will not tolerate? Oh, yeah, I mean, sure, I've got things I like and dislike. For example, one that comes up from time to time on the channel is, like, I never, ever had any spicy foods growing up. So, I have no taste or tolerance for it. So there's a running joke that I can handle 1 Scoville. So, like, if you gave me a ghost pepper, I might just straight up die. Uh-oh. 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 Wait, cooler than cool. Dodge the breath of Jormak attack 25 times. I just got this. Ice cold. You find ketchup spicy? No, I don't find ketchup spicy. What can't dodge? No, I just don't usually stand in that big beam. Do you find pepper spicy? No, but like, for example, like I love orange chicken from Panda Express. And I'll be like, man, this goes great with a glass of milk. And chat's like, what the f. And I'm like, you know, because it starts to burn a little after the last bite. And they're like, no, it doesn't.
Use the prisms now. Champions are hanging on to dragons by a thread.
Funny to make a spicy variant now? Yeah. There was, Panda Express, like fried rice with orange chicken is one of my favorite takeouts. And my wife one day, some months ago, was bringing some in, and she accidentally got the spicy version of orange chicken, not just orange chicken. And I was like, well, you went through so much effort to get this for me. I'll still eat it. And I took like 4 bites, and I was like, okay, and my voice just went out. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was trying, but like my voice just turned off. Actually, milk is one of the worst things you could drink when eating spicy food. You know, you say that, maybe it's not even a spicy thing. Maybe it's just, it's delicious. I just think the taste goes with it quite well. So maybe it's just my taste buds want it, but it hits the spot. Oh, we have some adjustments. Ship is now leaning closer to you guys. Just doing some nipple pits because I washed my hands. Hang on, let me see. Sometimes, here. Do you want a piece of bread? Cats don't really get any nutrition out of bread. It kind of just goes right through them. But they can eat it if they like the taste, if they want it, as long as it's small amounts, I've read. Please note, I am not a veterinarian, that's just what I've read. And I'm hoping that's correct. I still remember Errol sending his favorite chips and you saying they were too spicy. Salsitas, memory serves. I don't even remember. I remember someone sent me ketchup flavored chips, which is apparently common in Canada, but here in the US I had never seen them before. That was weird. Like, I'm fine with ketchup, and I like chips, but ketchup flavored chips was a weird combination for me. My spice limit is a Texas beef ramen noodle. just one noodle. Not the cup, just the one noodle.
Champion, help me! There's too much. This power. It's so wild. Get to the prism.
It's so wild.
Champion, I'm pulling you back.
Primordial. Hot take, if you can't eat fries plain, they aren't good fries. You can still have preferences. When I think of the most delicious fries eaten plain, first thing that jumps to my mind is Five Guys.
It's done, champion.
And I got an unexpected mastery point from that. Never had Five Guys? You get a grocery bag! You guys seen that video? The guy that was doing the review and then someone remixed him? Muck, no more VOE betas? They haven't announced another one. Do you think ANET will do quick play for raids? If they were going to, they would need to set up a system that does, like, you know, boons and tanks and heals and stuff like that. So it would have to be a little bit more depth than the current one for Tier 1 Fractals. Danger says, hey Muck and community, I recently got into the game through friends and I'm currently working on setting up a Firebrand alt. Welcome to the game. Since I'm fairly new and trying to look for builds on the internet, I found one that recommends either Minstrel's or Harrier's armor. What is the difference between both and when aiming for a heal build? As I only have done Tier 2 Fractals and high tier content. Hey Danger. Yeah, I can answer that because I like playing support a lot. Alright, so I'm sure you've seen Berserker gear. Berserker gear is kind of like the glass cannon for DPS, right? No defense, all offense. Harrier's gear is kind of like that for healers. It is the glass cannon of healing. There's no vitality, there's no toughness. It has concentration and healing power, which is what you need to do your job, and then power so you do a little bit of damage. Okay? Now, if we compare that to Minstrels, which you asked about, slightly less concentration, but usually more than enough to do the job, slightly more healing power, but it's hardly noticeable, and then toughness and vitality. Another option in place of Minstrels is Givers, which has the same concentration and healing power, but it loses the power and gains toughness. So, if you want to be the best healing, that's any of those three sets. But if you want to then do a bit of damage to make the fight a bit shorter, that's Harriers. If you want to be unkillable so that you can just focus all your attention on worrying about your group, that's Givers or Minstrels. But you're not going to be doing any damage. You're going to tickle the enemy when you attack. I often pug and I often run Givers gear so that I am essentially unkillable and I don't have to worry about me and I can focus all my attention on healing my teammates. So I will often run Givers or Minstrels. The only time to really worry about that is certain raid encounters. Whoever has the most toughness becomes the tank. And if you don't want to be the tank, then you want to make sure someone else has more toughness than you. So, but in all other content, so in like 80% of raids, and then in all strikes, all fractals, all dungeons, all open world stuff, everywhere else, the toughness doesn't matter. Like as far as you being the tank, it just makes you tankier. Is Five Guys the one that has the bags of fresh potatoes in plain view? Yes. Or peanuts or whatever. What do you think heal revenants need? I find it difficult to play because of the energy thing, but I don't know if only decrease the cost energy would help heal rev. Heal rev is already plenty functional. It might just be that you don't like playing rev, and I don't either. I don't like wrestling with their energy management system. But if you don't like it, it might be good for you to try another class. Because that energy system is there to stay. It's not going anywhere. What do you think of Boon Power Chronomancer? How hard is the upkeep? I haven't played that specific build, but when I played Heal Chrono, keeping boons up was not difficult. So I don't anticipate it being rough. What is Five Guys? Hang on. It's a restaurant. It's let me see if I can find a picture. All right. It's a restaurant. Five Guys Burgers and Fries. And they're more expensive than a Wendy's, but they're usually less expensive than like a sit-down restaurant. But you go in there and they make it right in front of you. And typically when you order fries, you get like way too many. Like it's like they'll have a cup, they'll fill it with fries, they'll put it in your bag, and then they'll just dump more fries in the bag. So it's like the cup, it just doesn't even matter. It's like, and there's a running joke that you get a grocery bag of fries. But it's really good. It's a bit costly these days, but it's very good food. So someone mentioned good fries don't require you to put ketchup or something. It's a bonus. And I said the best plain fries I can think of are Five Guys where I live. The bag absorbs the oils. Yeah, I guess. Don't tempt me. The nearest Five Guys is 90 minutes away. Oh no.
23 months. Wow. Almost 2 years supporting Muck Dad. I also want Five Guy in me. What?
I could totally take Five Guys. In a fight, right? In a fight, right? This is a PG stream. Yep. One of the things about a PG stream, though, I like to call it Disney humor. You ever gone back and watched like a show that you watched as a child and been like, oh wow, I did not pick up on that joke. That's really inappropriate. That's okay. If you say a joke that's kind of inappropriate, but no kid would possibly understand what you're talking about, that's fair. I'll allow it. Look at that sleepy croissant. Oh, this guy? Hey, you heard me moving around. You welcome. I'm paying the toll, Bluebell. I'm paying the toll right now. Thanks, Muck. I don't have Five Guys where I live, and now I finally understand the joke in DBZ Abridged about Cell being 9 guys. Oh, you're welcome. Poltergeist was rated PG? Was it? Alright. Sandwich has now powered the last hour of Guild Wars 2. This stream brought to you by Peanut Butter and Jelly. Problem is kids nowadays are poisoned by the internet after like age 8. They get most of it. Depends what part of the internet they're on. Animaniacs and Rocco's Modern Life were famous for their jokes only a grown-up would get. Oh, like the fingerprints joke? Dude, I immediately think of that one. Hang on a second. Okay. Is this it?
Number 1.
Okay. I think this is it. Hold on, I was just gonna make sure no one added any crazy edits or anything.
Sister, dust for Prince. Dr. Wacko, it could be a long night. Better order some pizzas.
I'd like 42 pizzas, 6 with no crust.
Now, do you have any...
Skip ahead.
Thank you so much. Down John the Nile. Jack. I found prints. No. Fingerprints. I don't think so.
Yeah, that was on public television. So when someone says inappropriate jokes you didn't get as a kid, that is the first one I think of. The fingerprints joke from Animaniacs. Old school Looney Tunes is out there as well. Yeah. Like I said, if a kid wouldn't get it, then it's fair game. Burst says, sorry if you get this question a lot. Do you have a guild for visual settings? A guild? You probably guide. Do you have a guide for visual settings? I feel like your game looks great with solid frames. I don't, but I will show it. So if you want to take a screenshot of what I am using, you are welcome to do so. This one I mess with depending on if I'm lagging or not. This just shows how many people around you are rendering, and you can turn that down if you're getting lag. But that's my settings right there. But no, I don't have a guide on that because what settings you use will be, depend on your system. Starting to think that all these people coming into Ask for Game settings are paid actors. What would I get out of that? The one I go to is the Rocco's Modern Life call center bit. I love the Animaniacs, all is strange and vague. Are we dead or is this Ohio? Toy Story 2 when Jesse rides the Matchbox track and lands and Buzz's wings pop out. Yep. Let's see. Good call. Ritualist or Troubadour? I'm more looking forward to Ritualist, I guess. Mark, random question. Why do you like the Ranger spec so much? I mean, it's a handful of things. I have fun playing it on land. I have fun playing it in the water. It's OP when it's in downstate. It's the #1 class for getting back up again. That's always fun. I like the nature healing people around me theme. Like summoning roots to grab your opponents and stuff like that. I like having a companion. There's a few classes with that. Excuse me, hiccup. Ranger has that. Mechanist has that. But I like having the little remote control companion. That was the whole inspiration behind this guy originally, was like the person in the back with puppet strings. Evening Mug, do you recommend buying all the expansions on the sale after POF, or wait until I get all done on POF? Rapsius, hello. So for the sale, I need to do a video on that. For the sale, you could, they're not gonna get any cheaper anytime soon. Maybe in a year, the 30% off expansion will go to 40, the 20 will go to 30, and then VOE will be 20 off when near the end of VOE. But that might be another year. So if you've got the funds to get some of them on sale now, the Elder Dragon Saga Complete Collection is usually 100 and it's 50 right now. That's a really good deal, and you could be playing through that stuff over the next year. Now, I'm of the opinion you should get them in order. So if you were doing that, then the Saga Complete Collection would be stellar, or the Path of Fire plus Heart of Thorns combo package would be stellar as well. And I'm totally going to plug my referral link in chat if you're planning on getting something, but those are my thoughts on the matter. I'm hyped for Ritualist, but hope they change it so it's better to not immediately explode your spirits. Same. If it ends up staying like that, I'll probably keep playing what I'm playing now as far as class-wise. What's good tactics to get Gift of Battle from World v World? Do you just stick with the Zerg or just the Ruin thing? What class is good for it? Any class is fine for it. It really just depends on the build. As long as you're playing a World v World friendly build that can move around a lot, yeah, just stay with the Zerg and you'll get lots of progress toward that. Was Amalgam OP during test? Amalgam was when I had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of rolling my head on the keyboard, and I was doing like 50 to 60k damage per second. It was like, I'd be like F1 70k, F2 70k, F3 60k. Like, it was insane. It was absolutely bonkers damage. There was a video of, what was it, 8 amalgams and 2 scrappers giving them quickness or something like that, that were doing the double bear fractal, or sorry, strike mission, the double bear strike mission. And they killed him in like 15 seconds or something. And each amalgam had like 200k damage per second, cleaving the 2 of them. What was amalgam? Engineer is the metal slime thing. The amalgam tool belt skills had the same power coefficients that something like Spear of Archimedes does, yeah. But on a very low cooldown. I hope it won't be severely nerfed. It will absolutely, okay. Mechanically, it is totally fine for the game, in my opinion, for it to stay exactly how it is, as far as the function of each of his skills. However, the numbers need to be, like, halved. And like, expect that. It would be normal if they halved, or maybe 2/3 the DPS of what it was doing. Hey, Muck, hey, chat, how are you guys doing today? What's up, Kristen? We're doing good, we're just hanging out. Claw of Jormax spawning soon. Hang on a sec. Where's 2 amalgams versus bears? Videos. Can't remember what that video was called. Wait, is this it? Hang on a second. Oh, no, this is not it. This is something else. This is something... I can't find it. I was going to find the amalgams versus the bears video, but I can't find it. They probably give it a weird name. Amalgam also had good sustain. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it wasn't a glass cannon. It was an armored cannon. If you could give Inji a new offhand, which weapon would you choose? A new offhand? I would need to see a list of what's available and what they don't have. Like, you could say focus and then just give them a focus that looks like a walkie-talkie or something like that. They've already got shield, they got offhand pistol. They don't have Warhorn or Torch or offhand weapons besides the pistol, like sword or dagger, mace, axe. Imagine Inji with staff. I think Inji would do very good with staff. Anytime someone brings this up, I always think of Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn, the main character, Aloy, she had a staff that had like a taser on one end of it and a hacking tool and like a little flamethrower tank on the other. Like, you could absolutely make a techno fantasy staff. Like, that would be, I think, more viable than them having axes or something. So the spear? They kind of went that way with the spear, yeah. They made the spear, like, electric. Make the Machine Priest from 40k. Yo, that'd be great. I just finished playing Dawn of War 1. I watched a trailer yesterday for Dawn of War 4, and one of the factions is the Tech Priest. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to try that. Hey Muck with the uncommonly long name in the intro. Saw your guide on some stuff. Really wraps it up, making the mountain only look like a hill. You're very welcome. I'm glad you like my stuff. Muck, what are you maining for VOE? Right this second, based on what I know, I'm gonna keep playing what I'm playing now. Mixture of Untamed and sometimes Druid. But if they make a couple of tweaks to some... Like, I really liked Ritualist, but I didn't like how you constantly shatter your spirits. That does not feel at all like... Like, it was a fun thing to play, but it didn't at all feel like Ritualist. So, I would like to, if they make it so you don't shatter your spirits anymore, I might main red. But right now... Every time I heard this GW2 music now, I remember this is the... It is time to punch the one Ascalonian captain. What? It's green numbers time, chat. Hit that signal stars. I did. I'm hitting it every time it's up because people keep going down. These fragile little flowers. There we go. I'm curious, hang on, self stats. Doing 11.6k healing per second there. Not bad. Alright. We gotta go prep a news video. I only went down once, not that fragile. I don't know what I'll be playing in VOE, might just continue Vindicator. Yeah, like... Amalgam looks cool, but the fact that it's a pure... Like, I don't like playing a pure DPS. I like having some sort of support. Amalgam looks like a fun, pure DPS. Looks cool. Solid. Not for me. The Ritualist looks like a fun support. However, the whole Shadow Spirit thing, I don't like that. It's like... That's Mesmer. I don't want to play a Mesmer. I want to play Necro and or a Ritualist, and I don't want to shatter the spirits. So, if that stays, probably not going to do that. If that goes, then I might play it. Gale Shot is just an archer. We already had archer. I don't know why we're getting that. So right now I'm just leaning towards sticking with what I already play. But that could change if they make changes. Kristen says, also, Muck, thanks for telling me about Spear, Ranger, and Untamed. It took some getting used to, but because I don't know which relic, I'm currently using Claw, and it might be DPS loss, but Storm Spirit, Spear 5-4, Hammer 4 while not unleashed makes me keep up the Claw relic buff. And also because of Spear and J3 Wilds in general, it really motivated me to make my first Leggy, because I can use it on all professions. And I saw in Snowcrows that it also used a bunch of professions according to Mystic. I'm about 950 gold away from it. Sorry for the long message. That's awesome. I'm glad you found something you like. That's great. So you're working on Clobjorn, it feels like? Or it sounds like? You never actually said what Legend you're working on, but I assume it's the Legendary Spear in J3. I'm going to try Paragon, so I made the Shark Leggy Spear, so I'm going to shout encouragement as I throw Ghost Sharks. Okay. Remember to pause the alerts this time? I always do that. What do you mean? Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Let me go up here to my spot. There's someone in my spot. What? How can I recall? Okay, we gotta find a new spot. Someone's in my spot. Eh. Eh. Hmm. No line of sight, what do you mean? Ah! I was totally there. I don't know if we're gonna do this. No. No. No! Yeah, we're recording the news later tonight. Not now. Ah! Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh well. Start down here. Okay. VOD viewers skip ahead 2 hours. Yeah. All right, let's see. What do we got for news? There is the Guild Wars sale started yesterday, right? So let me open this up here. So first thing, is the sale on Steam and Epic also? So Guild Wars 2 Steam, Guild Wars 2 Epic. Open that. Open that. Yes, Steam sales confirmed. Those are a thing. Epic. No. Elder Dragon Saga Complete Collection is $100. No, Epic is not on sale right now. Okay, so base game client is on sale. Steam is on sale. What else? We've got a new item in the gem store. The Traveling Knights Cape and Hood. We've got... Is there anything new on the ticket person? Nope, Shade Touched was there last time, I believe. Okay. Black Lion box. Barbecue emote. Okay, nothing new in the Black Lion chest. Alright, so... I think... Hello, Mike. Hi, Lucky. Hey, Mike, what would you say is the easiest support class to play? Probably Mechanist. I've been playing a DPS main for pretty much all my time in MMOs. I want to start on some support to help my friends. Mechanist is definitely up there. Scourge is pretty simple as well. What's with all the comedy skins? What do you mean? I mean, there's plenty of goofy skins in the game. I'm just not sure specifically what you're talking about. I think he hears Mom moving around in the kitchen. Okay. Alright. How long will the sale last? The sale just started yesterday. I don't know how long it's going to last, but you've probably got at least a week. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, wait. They had a blog post. Hang on. Oh, it says in the blog post. It goes until October 6th. So, yeah, about a week. A week from yesterday. Yep. Yep. Alright. So, yeah, this whole blog post is just sales started. Is there any other blog posts? Let me see. The Cape and Hood combo, the sale, the Zunlai Jade Tech Customer Appreciation Pack is from a week ago, but I never covered it really. Alright, and then that's it since the Skimmer update. I guess that's it. All right. Let's set this up. All right, chat. I'm gonna go into YouTube mode. Oh, and I should plug the plushie because it's the last day of the plushie. Hang on a second here. I'm pulling over all these tabs that I opened up. And that. And that. Yo, 280. Someone else just bought one. Thank you for the support. All right. Here we go. What is today's date? Hello, Guild Wars 2 gamers. This is Mukluk, and today is September 30th. It is Tuesday, the last day of September, and we've got a little bit of Guild Wars 2 news. It is just a couple of small things, but there is one thing that I know some people would really, really like to hear about if this applies to them, and that is that a huge sale started yesterday in Guild Wars 2. They have a blog post that says, fall into savings with the Autumn Guild Wars franchise sale. Now, the TLDR of this very long blog post is just basically that their stuff is on sale. So if we go to their website, this right here, we can see that Janthier Wilds is 20% off, Secrets of the Obscure is 30%, End of Dragons is 40% off, and the combo package that has Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire is 60% off. This is two of their largest expansions for only $12 USD for both of them. There is also the collections. So if I go in here, the complete collection, which includes all of the Living World seasons, is from $100 down to $49.99. So really good deals if you are interested in this. These are on the standalone client. That is to say, this is not for Steam or Epic. If you're on Steam, you would go to the Steam page and you would buy them here. And you can see that a lot of the similar deals and bundles are available on Steam as well. Are you not doing otherwise? Oh, shoot. Hold on a sec. Hold on. We're having technical difficulties, chat. You know what I think it was? I think it was because I was messing with the cat camera earlier. Chip broke everything. Sorry, it's my first day streaming. My bad. We'll do it over. Sorry. First day. First day. It's okay. Be patient with me. All right. Hello, Guild Wars 2 gamers. Mukluk here. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. We've got a bit of Guild Wars 2 news. They have released a blog post yesterday that says, fall into savings with the Autumn Guild Wars franchise sale. And as you can see from this very long blog post, it just says there's a sale. That's the TLDR. On their website, it shows that the Elder Dragon Saga Complete Collection, usually $100, is down to $49.99. And going back to the main pages of the website, which involves hitting the back button 7 times for some reason, going down here, Visions of Eternity, normal price, that one hasn't out yet. Janthier Wilds is 20% off, Secrets of the Obscure is 30% off, End of Dragons is 40% off, and the combo package of Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire is 60% off. $12 USD for both of these combined. Very, very good deal. This all is where you would go for the standalone client. If you're on Steam, you would go to the Steam page, where very similar discounts are currently happening on their Steam page. If you're on Epic, I'm sorry. There is no sale for you today. Better luck next time. There's not currently a sale that I can see going on Epic. This is for Steam and the standalone client at the moment. Next thing, which is far more minor, and I would not have made a video on it, but this is kind of a since we're here anyway. There's a couple of new things on the gem store since I last did a news video. The first is the Zunlai Jade Customer Appreciation Pack. This was added almost a week ago at this point. It has got the prosthetic right arm, the eye magnifying glass thing, a Jade Tech pistol that unfolds, Jade Tech Siege Turtle. You can see, I don't know why he's got sandals on, but there you go. And a Jade Tech fishing pole. So all of that is in that package. And the other thing, which was just added today, is the Traveling Knights Hood and Cape combo. And the cape is that right there. The hood is very interesting. I believe this is the first time in the history of this game that the Asura have gotten a helmet that gives them armored ears. Now, it doesn't matter what ear size or shape you design your character with. That's what it looks like on the helmet. I have also asked some chars to send me screenshots of them with the helmet, and it does not armor their ears. This is just an Asura thing, but the char ears and horns just stick out from the helmet. They've just got holes in their helmet. But armored ears for the first time for the Asura. Not sure how well you could hear wearing this, but it's good to be safe, I guess. But that is available now as well. Final thing is the plushies. For those interested, we did successfully run the campaign. This little guy down here in the corner. If you're interested in getting one of these, today is the last day. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. is when the campaign closes. They have the final count of how many they need to make, and then they start producing and shipping all of them out. So if you would like to get one of these cute little guys, it is based on the channel mascot, the channel logo. He's got a little potion bottle, don't touch the beakers, Velcros to his hand, and he can sit, he can stand with assistance. He's well made. And also it has worldwide shipping. So if you just want something cool that supports the channel and will last a long time, this is a chance. If not, then I thank you for listening to my shill. Tomorrow is October 1st. We're going to be starting doing a whole bunch of spooky games on the channel. So if you want to watch me be very uncomfortable, I'll be doing that. I do not yet know the date for the Halloween in Guild Wars 2 event is going to be starting. Some folks have said October 1st, but I have not seen an official post that said that. So if you saw that anywhere official, share it in the comments section and I'll pin it just so that everybody can see that. But that's it. That's all we got for today, and I'll see you next time. There we go. First try, chat. First try. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Okay, so now after the stream, I'll just cut out that footage and throw that into a video. Easy peasy. Actually, I could go ahead and start it now, because it'll take a while to cut the footage out. Professional. Yes! Yes, that is exactly right. Let's see. What did I miss? We recorded the news in one take. All right, let's see here. I think it was that one? Because we totally did it in one take. What's that? There's news. A little bit of news. Big sale going on. Stuff like that. Mukluk here. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. Nope. Sorry, first day. Yesterday it says fall into savings with the me. Alright. Why is it not letting me start the segment there? It's being weird. Mukluk here. Today is Tuesday, so we'll do it over. Sorry, first day. It's okay. Be patient with me. Alright. Hello, Guilders 2 Gamers. Mukluk. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now the ending. That's all we got for today, and I'll see you next time. There. Alright, there. Alright, so Guild Wars 2 news, 9:30:25. Wow, that was only a 3-minute and 51-second video. We are very get to the point with our news. You mispronounced your name, gotta start over. Did I say Mukluk? What's the best way to get obsidian shards? If you go to the obsidian shard page on the Guild Wars 2 wiki, there's dozens of ways to get them. One way that jumps to my mind is there is a meta event in Ore, and if you do it, you can then buy obsidian shards from the vendor there for a time. So that's a popular one. Hey Muck, earlier I asked you some questions about getting into fractals, and I can report back that today I led a bunch of us fractal noobs to successfully figure out like 4 to 5 in a row. Nice! Good job. Good to have new blood in fractals. Hope you guys had fun. Hope it was pretty painless. Isn't there also a karma item that you can use to buy them? I'm not sure. What will be the first spooky game, and is the Repo Spooky Monday multiplayer spooky crew ready? I'm not sure. There's my goals today, Shugo, is to figure out what I'm playing tomorrow and get those games installed and ready to go. Because tomorrow I promise spooky games. So that means, let me pull up the list here. These are all games. Most of these I own a copy of and are ready to go. Some of them I don't, but I gotta figure out like, which one are we playing in the morning? I think in the evening, we'll start by knocking out one of these shorter games. Like this is 1 hour. And then afterward, we'll do like a longer game. And then we'll just do that like 3 nights in a row. Short game and then work on the longer game after. But we'll certainly knock out as many of these as we can. I honestly, if all of these times are right, I think by like October 15th, we'll be done with all these. So we'll see. We'll see. Tegwin says the Karma vendor at the Shrine of Balthazar for Obsidian Shards. That was the one. I said Shrine of Balthazar is more specific than what I said. Where was the link on your site to recommend or vote for games? Exclamation game rec. Hang on a second. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Pulls up that site. And you can upvote stuff that people already recommended, or you can add new things to that list. This is it right here. Speaking of, we finished Dawn of War, so I can check that one off. That's done. Like, I think Alice Madness Returns is on the list of spooky games. I just hope this runs well, because this is an older game, so I'm just hoping that this one runs well. For the games you don't own, maybe you could check before the 6th because of Steam sale. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Zakon, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate that. I don't think Out of Sight is going to be like an hour game for you. Yeah, the times could be wrong. The times, I just went to howlongtobeat.com and I typed in the names of these games. So, let's see. Secret of the Mimic. I'll just punch this one down. It's like here, I can like type in Secret of the Mimic and it says it'll take you like 6 hours to knock out the main story, but 15 hours if you're trying to 100% it, blah, 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 blah. So stuff like this. Like, this is what I use to come up with those numbers. So it could easily be wrong. It's like, for example, a game where you could die on a boss repeatedly, like Silksong. There was multiple bosses in Silksong that took me over a half an hour of doing repeated attempts before I was able to get the kill. And that, of course, inflates the playtime considerably. Well, it depends on what type of game it is. Let's see. Alice is an Unreal 4 game. Would play as good as Dungeon Defenders. Don't think you'll have any problems. Oh, that's good. I hope that's correct. Have at least full exotic in every slot with the right stats and enhancements, and watch Muck's raid guide vids. I want to do a low intensity Necro Reaper build. What should I mean? I think it'd be more difficult to find a high intensity Reaper build. Reaper is very simple, and not in a bad way, but it's very simple. What should I do to level up in order to do such a build? Sorry, brand new to Guild Wars 2. What's up, Truzetto? So to unlock your main goal is going to be unlocking Reaper. So when you get hero points by playing the game, you can put them in any of these core things. I'm on my Ranger right now, but after you get all of these core things filled in, you can start putting hero points in your elite specializations, and Reaper will be down here. And once you get to that point, you can start putting points in Reaper and then play as a Reaper. So until then, you'll just be a Necromancer, and then you'll specialize in Reaper later. Let's see, how are we doing on time? I got a few more minutes. If there's any last minute questions, I would love to try to answer them for you guys, but we're wrapping up here in just a couple minutes. Do you have to have Ascended to do raiding? No. Raiding was designed to go in exotic gear and leave with Ascended gear. So, Ascended is great, but the difference between Ascended and exotic gear is like 5 to 15%. It's minor. Like, there is one, but it's minor. So if you've got exotic gear with the right stats and a build and you're playing in the correct way, that is far more important than you having Ascended gear going into raids. At Muck, what needs to be changed about the Antiquary for you to like it? I mean, I've never really wanted to main thief. It's not my thing. Antiquary... Okay. If you mean... I'm going to assume you mean for me to like and accept that it's in the world I'm in, rather than me play it. Because for me to like it enough to just accept that it's in Tyria would simply be changing the coat of paint on it. Mechanically, it can still do all the same stuff. But what if instead of having a pet rat reach into the enemy's pocket and pull out an artifact from Auric Basin and toss it to you and then you hit them with it, what if instead of that, you pulled out like tarot cards or something, and each card did something that one of the artifacts did? You know, like you've got like a magical deck of tarot cards or something. And that would actually make so much more sense with the fact that the class icon is a deck of cards, and they've got a reshuffle button or something like that. Like, it would make so much more sense if it was like a deck of cards or dice or something, rather than this thing with the rat and picking up artifacts from all over the world from your enemy's pocket. Twisted Fate. No, I don't mean throwing the cards at the enemy. I mean, like, imagine, like, you draw a card and then, like, the magic comes out of the card. So even if it summons an Exalted Hammer or something, you know? Like, think like dimensional storage or something. I don't know. But something where the power is in the cards because its class icon is card, and it has like the reshuffle. Like some of it feels like there was a version of it all based on cards, and then they changed it at the last minute or something. I don't know. It almost feels like two different developers that didn't talk much till the very end made it. I'm not asking them mechanically to change anything with it. I'm just saying the code of paint for it is like Looney Tunes. And I would love, personally, if that code of paint was different. The heart of the cards, yeah. What do you think is more impactful to buy, new character slots or focus on expanding inventory? The answer to that is very simple, and it's, do you play alts or do you focus on playing one character? I'm happy playing one character 90% of the time. So for me, I got giga inventory on one character. Alt spaces, getting more character slots is nice if you haven't figured out what you want to main and you're still experimenting with different characters. So which describes you? Are you the kind of person that's just playing one tune all the time? Or are you still experimenting with different characters? So whichever one is, closer for you. 2 sets of dual maces on Quick Untamed. What are your thoughts? No. That's my thoughts. So anytime you use a build that has the same weapons in both things. All right, right here. This build is a longbow and a longbow, okay? If I use a skill, so here's Barrage, and then I weapon swap, Barrage is still on cooldown, okay? You see this? I'm weapon swapping, and Barrage is staying on cooldown. So when you use skills of a weapon, even if you use that same weapon in your other weapon set, those same skills will still be on cooldown. So using double maces and exhausting all the skills and then weapon swapping, you'll swap to a set of maces where everything's on cooldown. That is the main problem. Now, there are some times that it can be good, like with Quick Draw. Quick Draw is a ranger trait that reduces the cooldown of your next skill by a massive margin. So if you're in combat, you can weapon swap Barrage, and then weapon swap Barrage, and effectively reduce this 20-second cooldown to a 10-second cooldown. But that is kind of a gimmick that is requiring both your weapon sets and a specific trait to capitalize on. On average, you're not going to want to use the exact same weapons in both sets for most people. Just because of the shared cooldown thing. Let's see. I got the problem on my main choice. I love the playstyle and Mesmer specs. I hate the aesthetics. I love the aesthetics of Thief. I hate the playstyle. You know what? I got one of those. I love the playstyle of Heal, Mesmer, any of them. Hate the aesthetic of the rifle. As a tool, it's fantastic. But the aesthetic of the illusionist firing just a purple sludge out of a boomstick just is so stupid to me. Like, Mesmer Rifle Ambush with Mirage is just like blarg, and it just like sprays Nickelodeon goo everywhere. And it's like, what is this? I mean, just give me a magic staff in my hand. So mechanically, I like it. Aesthetically, I hate it. I hate the purple beams from Greatsword. You don't like your giant laser wand? Where do you go to see what raid wings have the emboldened buff on them? Is that in the achievements thing? Hang on. If someone in chat knows the answer, throw it out. Otherwise, I'm gonna look in here. Where's weekly? Where's weekly? Someone says the Aerodrome has it. I thought there was a weekly raid thing in here. I guess I'm mistaken. But folks in chat are saying in the Aerodrome. I was so upset it was rifle, I had to get the crossbow skin. Yeah. Greatsword Mesmer looks terrible, but damn, does it feel satisfying to play with? Oh yeah, it's a lot of explosions. There's no weekly section anymore. It was taken out when they added a Wizard's Vault. That shows how often I go in there looking for it. I was doing JP the other day. I saw a fellow Mesmer shot them with a rifle to TP to me. Amazing, very funny. You know what? I don't think I've ever actually seen someone click the thing to teleport to the Mesmer with the rifle. So it's nice that you got a chance to actually do that. The symbol above the raid portal shows the emboldened buff and the double rewards Mezzy. That's what Octobird said. Yeah, I'm the same way. There's some things like, you know what, another one? Engineer Shortbow. The idea of this guy that is so good, like he made a Gundam. He made a Gundam, he's got a flamethrower, he's got landmines, he's got pistols, he's got rifle, he's got a mortar. He's got all this crazy technology, and he's like, you know what would go great with this? A stick and string. The idea of the Guild Wars engineer going to shortbow after all that other stuff is just offensive to me. Now, mechanically, it's very effective. It's good at what it does in game. But aesthetically, I hate the thing. I absolutely hate it aesthetically. Portal can be good at World v World or in Wing 8 when someone kites the arrow or on Ura. Well, yeah, but at that point you're not talking about a pug. You're talking like with someone that you know, like are on comms with or something. It does feel like a huge downgrade in terms of aesthetic cohesiveness. Yeah. Let me stick a pipe bomb on a stick and shoot it with a bow. I hate how clunky pistols look on Ellie, but I love the concept. I just realized Soto was only 2023, feels ages ago. It's annoying to have to wait for tomorrow to have 2 more journal pages for the ad fit in progress. I wanted a boxing glove arrow. Like Green Arrow from DC Comics. They didn't have another gun to give them, so they were kind of stuck. Oh, yeah. I mean, there was other stuff they could have done. First off, the bow is still a solid bit of engineering. Second, as an alchemy weapon, it's a step up from throwing the bottles like a harbinger. Yeah. Yeah, I get the logic. I just don't like the logic, you know? Like I get, it's like saying I get why the guy in Breaking Bad was making all those drugs. I'm not saying I agree with it. Like, understanding someone doesn't mean agreement. I understand the logic behind the bow being a delivery system for vials of chemicals. I don't agree with it. What if it's a mechanical high-tech bow? Yeah, maybe. Could be worse, engineer with focus. The thing with focus, though, focus is just an item held in your offhand, right? It could be anything. So they could have easily been like, okay, the engineer focus comes with a focus skin of a walkie-talkie. Or like a small little laptop or something, right? They could have made a technological gizmo that is a free skin that comes with engineer offhand. They could have, and then they could have had to do anything. Call in an airstrike. You know, why not? One of their ults calls in supply drops from an invisible airplane. So they could have absolutely done focus and just done literally whatever they wanted with it. Armband computer? Yeah. Now, of course, there'd be some engineers that would use the old skins for focus, you know, and have spellbooks and stuff, but yeah, they could have done anything there. Offhand Bitcoin miner. They have a button that says like turn off cooling fans, and it starts overheating, and then they throw it, and it's a bomb. They just throw like an old graphics card. It's a GPU offhand? No, it's a Samsung smartphone, and they just overload the battery packet and throw it and it blows up. NG has satellite laser that goes off after a few attacks. Yep. What is a focus anyway? It's whatever you imagine it to be. It's an item like a voodoo doll. It's an item held in the offhand, and you channel magic through it, and then magic happens. So it's literally anything. There's some in the game that look like dream catchers. There's some that are spell books. There's some that's just like a skull. So a focus is whatever you want. It's just magic-y item, and you shoot magic through it. NG can throw Nokia phone as Focus 5. Well, no, I mean, a Samsung phone explodes. A Nokia phone is a brick, right? Nokia phone is the unstoppable object. It's like a magic ball or a tome from any other game, just generalized. Yes. How about if the engineer creates a mini robot that fires a high-tech short bow instead? Okay, because we were talking about focus, my first thought was the engineer is holding a small robot. Hold on a sec. The engineer is holding a little guy, and the little guy has a bow, and the little guy is shooting the bow. Which would be a funny skin, but it would be really stupid. The crossbow can fire the Nokia phones. Yeah, there you go. Maximum damage blunt arrows. Okay. Chat, you guys are silly. Thank you for the fun. I hope you guys had fun today. I am out of time. Couple plugs on the way out. If you're new to my channel, my name is Muck. I stream every evening and every weekday morning. I will be back later tonight for the evening stream if you wish to join me then. Tomorrow, the spooky begins. We'll be playing mini spooky games if you want to come watch me be very uncomfortable. I'll have a heart monitor on to add to the pain. That'll be the morning stream and the evening stream tomorrow. Hit the follow button on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. These are links to the YouTube channels. These are our wonderful patrons. Could not do this without them. There's a link to that in the chat if you're interested. And lastly, for the last day, a plug for the plushie. If you're interested in getting one of these little guys, they are available until the end of today only, and it supports the stream, has worldwide shipping, and is just a really cool little thing if you're interested in getting one. If not, thanks for listening. With that, let me find someone on the Guild Wars 2 directory to raid. Let me see. Is Loranity on time today, chat? That is the question. And it's looking like a no. It's looking like a no. Okay. Then, tell you what. Let's get Guild MM. Guild MM raids me. I mean, he doesn't raid that. He doesn't stream that often, but almost every time he streams, he raids me. So let me give him some support. If you guys don't know this guy, he is one of the richest people in Guild Wars 2. He hit the gold cap and had to make a new account to get more money. So if you have any questions related to economy, he's smarter than I am. So hit him up with those. I'll see you guys over there. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back tonight.
And figure it out there. Battlegrounds. We are queuing for Battlegrounds.